have no idea if I meted that out correctly. Hang on. Hang on. Hello. Meow, Jordan. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow. Meow, Sam. Meow, Eddie. Okay. Any guesses as to what we've just done, listeners?
We just watched. We are mere minutes after watching Cats.
Yes. What the fuck was Cats?
Honestly,
Oh god.
possibly the worst film I've ever seen in my entire life.
Okay.
It legitimately rivals the Emoji Movie as being that bad.
Was Emoji Movie the worst you've ever seen? Right.
Arguably. I'm trying to think if there's other examples that I can like compare it to, but the Emoji Movie is the one that's like stuck. I remember how bad
It
that
might
was.
be one of the worst, like, competent film, quote unquote.
Yeah,
that I've
high
ever
budget.
Seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously you've got like your Birdemics and your Neil Breen films, which they're just technically bad. On a technical level, they're terrible. But yeah, in terms of a quote unquote competent film,
Yeah.
like maybe the Star Wars prequels. That's the only other stuff I can think that could rival this.
I've heard it described as a nightmare.
Yeah.
Now, nightmares are terrifying because you think they're real when they're happening, right? That's why nightmares are so terrifying. I knew this wasn't real.
Yeah.
And that is its sole virtue.
Right. Okay.
That's pretty much the only good thing I have to say about Cats is that at the end of the day, it's not real.
No.
The film is very real.
I'm still going to have nightmares about this film. I'm 100% going to have a nightmare tonight in which I'm like lying in bed, those cats are going to surround me, and Jason Derulo is going to sing.
Well, right.
Was it wise to just start recording before we'd even codified before we'd had a chance to like deal with it?
No, I think this is the most authentic response
Okay.
that they can get, isn't it?
Okay.
We talked about it a little bit as it was happening, and we compared it to watching Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Which I would say I have not seen, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
And I'm pretty sure that I haven't seen that film sober. I'm pretty sure it will be atrocious because it has an internal ill logic that makes sense to you when you're tripping. And generally speaking, I don't like it when people say, "Oh, this thing's really trippy, man." You get it when you're high.
Yeah.
The whole sensibility of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, it's clearly just meant to talk to someone on that level of like an acid trip.
Okay.
And the way it does, not by being like hallucinogenic visuals and stuff, the way the camera moves and the way the characters respond to the environment is kind of a thing will happen. They will latch onto this idea of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It'll start getting very vivid and intense, and then we'll just fade away to nothing, which is kind of a microcosm of the acid experience, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense to you in that state.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cats might make sense if you're off your face on shrooms or acid or LSD.
I don't know if it's something I'm certainly it's not something I would recommend. I don't know how you would test it.
But yes, my contention would be that because the film, well, we'll try and explain the plot.
You can't. No, you
Let's
can't.
give it a go.
I don't know if there's a
can't,
plot.
But that is not. There is a plot, but that is not a plot.
Okay. No,
Okay.
There's a setup. There's not a plot. There's a premise.
Right. Okay.
There's a setup, there's a film, and then there's a payoff.
That is not a film.
Okay.
No, but you know what I mean. Like just at the very least,
A film has a bunch of
Guys,
stuff that does that. Not
we can't deny that this happened.
Yes.
This is a thing that exists.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I will say because I feel like there's usually like go-to criticisms in there when like the big worst film of whatever comes out, and people are like, oh, it was like a fever dream.
Yeah.
And kind of what you were saying about you hate that, but it did genuinely feel like a fever dream. It just sort of like
No, it did. It completely did.
Yeah, it kind of kept happening and just.
Well, So the reason I make the acid comparison, I don't make that lazily like, oh man, it's weird, it's talking cats. I don't mean it like that. I mean in the sense of because yes, there's no plot in a traditional sense. There is just this setup of there are these the Jellicle cats, and one of them every year, I guess, is chosen to ascend.
Oh, is it every year?
I don't know.
It's annually here.
Oh,
It's
shit,
annual,
okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that from the film. I wikied it.
Oh,
Every year, these anthropomorphic cats ritual sacrifice one of their own, and that cat ascends to
Yeah, and they're all,
another
just,
plane
they're
of
all on board
reality.
with this sacrifice thing.
Yeah,
they
everyone-
like,
it's-
really want it.
Yeah.
The villain, if you can call him that, his
Well, he
like,
is the villain, isn't he?
yeah, his sole motivation is I want to go.
Yeah, it's like
You won't let me die. I just want to die.
it's the best. It's like you're.
Mate, just go outside, get hit by a car.
It's like you're the
Jesus
chosen
Christ.
one, right?
Yeah,
And so the film then plays out as essentially a series of musical monologues as we meet each new cat,
yeah,
and they kind of sing their credentials to be the chosen cat.
yes,
But literally, the film is this cat, then it's this cat,
yeah.
then it's
Again,
this cat.
like
That's why I make the acid comparison. It's because it feels like just a bunch of disjointed,
yeah.
kind of illogical things.
It's constant, but also segmented in that sense.
yeah,
where it's
so you
just
latch
and now
onto
we're to
like
this thing and this thing and this
this
thing,
musical
and-
number, this musical number, this musical number, and it's over. Okay, new idea.
That's another thing, because like
Yeah.
so like most I can't even speak. I'm gone. Yeah, like a lot of reviews have said like, oh, that's all it is.
Mm.
And I thought it was just one of those things. Again, one of those things that people say. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it's just a series of. But it is literally like there's maybe one or two moments where the characters dance for a minute in between musical numbers.
The tiniest bit of dialogue,
Yeah, and there's like a little bit of dialogue.
particularly when Judi Dench is supposed to be singing.
Well, yeah, she doesn't sing is the thing.
She does at the end,
Does she? Was that singing?
sort of.
Okay. But yeah, it is literally just musical number, constant.
Yeah, it's one of the most musical musicals I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, it's borderline opera.
Yeah. It
Apart
is.
from those two, like, apart
Yeah.
from those two scenes of dialogue, it
Well,
is an opera.
I will say, I mean, you pointed it out while we were watching.
Mm.
The British accent Jason Derulo does.
Yeah, that's semi-decent.
That's
And Taylor Swift has moments where it's semi-decent as well.
Yeah.
Over there, it's all right.
James Corden in a bad film. He's not
Coincidentally,
alright.
also in the Emoji Movie, coincidentally enough.
I gotta say though,
shit in that though. And it's just a voice roll.
Yeah.
He was kind of a ray of sunshine when he came into it.
How awful
Because
must it be
I know,
that James
I know.
Corden is the best thing about
Because he's just
your
clowning
film?
and he's a big fat cat and he falls over and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Yeah.
And he's called Bustopher Jones, which is hilarious.
I'm not ashamed to admit
Yeah.
that throughout this watching, the first time I laughed
Yeah.
during this film,
Legitimately laughed, we should say.
I know,
Yeah.
I legitimately laughed,
Yeah.
was his cat falling down some stairs.
Because that's the thing, it's not even like he just kind of like stumbles.
Yeah, this is my point. This is
Yeah.
why I think you laughed, right? It's because the film does quite a lot of slapstick moments where you're meant to laugh.
Before we see James Corden, we've been introduced to Rebel Wilson, who kind of does that. sort of like
and it's just
awkward, lethargic kind
it's
of movements.
carcinogenically unfunny.
Yes.
And then there's a moment where it's like he incidentally just falls over. And I think because I laughed as well, I was like, oh, that seems like it wasn't intended.
Yeah.
Because it was sort of seamlessly done.
Yeah.
That's why that's funny, right? It's because it looked like a mistake almost.
Yeah, it looked like an
Yeah.
outtake, yeah.
Although also, Fat Man fell down the stairs,
Yeah,
and
there
I'm
is
not
that
going to apologise for saying that
component,
because that was funny.
But if they goofed it up or clowned it up more, I think it wouldn't have been funny.
No, I agree.
Yeah, it was the kind of the randomness of it.
Yeah. What's the thing he says to whoever it is? Like he tries to launch him off the seesaw and then the music stops for a
He
moment.
talks about how he's conscious about his weight.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's
What a
like,
lot of shit.
oh, it was like, I say to you.
yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
He just raised his palm. I say to you.
Yeah, it was like
that was funny.
really camp
Yeah.
as well, the way he does it, yeah.
So that's it though, really. In terms of,
That's all the positives.
positives to say about it. It is embarrassing
Yes.
to be involved. Here's the thing: the first hour or so, I was kind of like I knew what I was in for, sort of, and I was enjoying how bad it was.
Yeah.
And then around the hour 10 mark, it started to irritate me,
Yes.
and
It took you until like hour 10 to be irritated.
to actually irritate me, yeah. And that was when
It took me a lot less.
because the main character really annoyed me, and I think it's that thing of I'm not like a dance guy. I'm not really a musical guy. I can put up with some musicals, but the way they were moving, they were trying to be all like slinky and feline,
Yeah.
which is fine. But it really reminded me that they were dancers. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
they. If you've ever seen like a dance thing, obviously it has to be kind of doesn't have to be tends to be over the top because they are showcasing.
I mean, yeah, they're ballerinas, and they've come from that, and that is over the top
it's all-
showy.
Yeah, it's theatrical.
Yeah.
And so on film, when you're up close and they're kind of doing the whole, they're kind of exasperated and they're looking like that and they're looking,
Yeah.
It's really irritating. But
Yeah.
I don't like dancers. Dancers irritate me.
Okay.
So I think that's what that was.
Listen, because I do like musicals.
Yeah.
So, well, certainly to an extent, anyway. And
Do you like Cats, the musical?
I can't remember. I was trying to wrap my brain while we were watching it as to whether I've actually seen it, because I've seen a few musicals, and I can't remember if I've seen this.
Well, I remember seeing an advert for the musical as a kid, like an image of it. It's all stuck with me. I think it was on like it was an advert on a VHS I had, and I just looked at some on YouTube, and it is costumes, and obviously you just kind of it's a costume, move on.
Yes.
You get it, and they're much better sung, but we'll get on to all that.
Yeah.
But in the music, in the stage musical, they do just look like put 'em up, like the Cowardly Lion from The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
That's all I could think of.
I don't know where I saw it, because obviously I don't like musical. Me and Sam really had something to overcome with this, because you hate cats and I hate musicals.
Yeah.
I think you just hate bad things in general, Eddie. I don't know what your thing you had to overcome was.
I mean, it made me want to kick a cat.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing.
No, but maybe
Possibly
this
a cat played by Rebel Wilson.
This film has given you a fear, as opposed to us having to deal with the ones
Cats
we
and
already
Dogs the film Cats and Dogs does more for the cause of cats, as far as I'm concerned, and they are evil in that film. They are the bad guys.
yes.
As an objectively
But
bad film.
it also, it's better than Cats.
Oh, yeah.
What's
I
the
don't
line?
know. What's his face? Who plays Mr. Tinkles? That's a
Yeah,
pretty,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that's a pretty great performance.
What's the line? It's Sean Hayes, isn't it?
Yes.
From Will and Grace. Yeah.
Dark Cloud.
Dark Cloud. Is that what we're calling my plan? Dark Cloud.
Dark Cloud.
That makes it better, like one of the best films of all time, actually, as far as I'm concerned.
Meow, 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 meow.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
exactly.
We should
I
watch
do.
Cats and Dogs, not
We
cats.
should. I do hate cats, as in the animal.
Yeah.
I do. I didn't. It's a film. I didn't have that problem going into the
Well,
film.
it just
If only they were cats.
that's the thing. They don't even look.
No,
No,
like
they
cats.
look like chimps.
No, it's. I think the fact that, because we looked it up, the fact that it's a bunch of, and not even actors, because they're not actors, most of them,
No.
in motion capture costumes, where they've then done digital fur blended with their faces.
It's
Oh God. I think
Well-
the cat. I think it's poisoned my brain, because when he said digital fur, in my head that musically became Jellicle Cat. digital. Oh
it
no!
is the stuff that
Jellicle cat.
PTSD is made of, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Just the
Yeah,
word
I'm gonna get
Jellicle on
flashbacks.
fucking repeat.
I genuinely think I'm going to have a nightmare tonight.
Flash
Yeah.
cats. Yeah.
But no, that is the question. Like, yeah, I don't know where I heard it, but I heard that Cats, the reputation of Cats is it's a terrible musical.
Yeah.
The thing that is appealing about it is the production design.
Yeah.
It's the costume, it's the makeup, But obviously, in translation, that's the thing you lose when you make it a film,
It is,
especially in
and-
the direction they've taken it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
and because a big thing that confused us is what are we meant to be getting out of this film? And
Yeah.
I know, again, we're not musical people necessarily, but what are you? I guess joy. Like joy, then sadness, then. But
Is
it's
it?
clear. I don't know. This is the thing. Is it a children's film? At some point, it seems like it is.
Yeah.
And then they
You know?
throw someone off a boat.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's just it's really oddly judged, and
Yeah.
they never quite get over the fact that these cats are like. This is like a ritual sacrifice thing.
Yeah, they never really they're very vague. Well, not vague about it, but they don't really.
Because you don't know what the
They
fuck
kind of
they're
disguise
singing.
it, don't they? It's not like, oh, you're going to. They never say you're going to die. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you'll be reborn in
The thing
the
is,
sky.
they're trying to create a mythology and a universe, aren't they? So that's why they all have. They're not called like Tinkles, and they are called things like
Fucking Bustopher Jones,
Bustopher Jones, Jenny Any Dots.
Yeah.
It's trying to be something, its own thing,
Yeah.
and it just ends up being this complete mosaic of shit, where like you can't find your way in anywhere. It's like
Yeah.
I'm looking at this painting of all these different things together, and I'm not seeing any shapes. It's just shades of shit.
Yes.
Which, you know what I mean?
Particularly since they give you like a surrogate character. Because
Yeah.
what's her face? Victoria, the main cat.
And arguably one of the more kind of surrogates I've ever seen in the film, considering she says nothing
Yeah.
for the vast majority of the film.
Yeah.
Like, you are
And
her.
that is the best bit of her performance.
Yeah, she's terrible. She's really bad.
Well, she is a dancer, and I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
think, I think
she's a ballet dancer.
I think this is her first acting job.
And her last.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Based off of that performance, I'm sorry.
Let's be generous enough to say that she still hasn't given her first acting performance.
Okay, yes.
let's give her that.
Yeah.
But so we were confused about what it was. Because if you're in it for the music, which presumably you should be if it's a musical.
I mean, that's the only thing that they're taking from the musical, I guess, is the music.
But the songs are dreadful.
Yes.
You can't hum any of them except for Memories and the first song.
No, but also, my issue with the first song is it does feel to me like they just went on Rhyme Zone and found some words.
Yeah, so right, let's break that down a bit. So my problem for a large part of films, I actually couldn't comprehend what was happening on screen. I couldn't understand what they were saying or singing. That was a big problem.
Yeah.
Though in the Jellicle Cats song, I don't know what it's called. Probably Jellicle Cats.
Probably Jellicle.
It's called Jellicle.
It's called Jellicle Cats.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Like they allude to all these different like types of cat.
Yeah.
And so you got allegorical cat, metaphorical cat. That's fine. They're being all weird about abstract. And then they say clerical cat. Now, I know this film is a weird, bizarro fantasy thing.
Yeah.
Why do cats need clerks? Cats don't do accounts. Famously. That one just really put my nose out of joint.
No, because you got Buster Jones, the fat cat.
Yeah.
Someone needs to clerk him, doesn't he? Cleric him.
Do they?
Well, he's a fat cat. He's rich. He's got finance, right? That's the implication.
I guess.
It's the only thing. It's the only time.
How do they accrue wealth?
Well, it's the only time it feels like the film is not. No, it's not that it's not being literal, but like, okay, fat cat. That's clearly
literal.
What?
Literal.
As in litter
kitty
box.
literal.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, a fat cat is a thing outside of.
Yeah,
Cats,
this is the
animal.
thing. In a film on
It's the only time it feels like that happens.
Yeah, in a thing called Cats, I really want you to milk as much from.
Yeah,
cats as you can.
Yeah.
Fat cat. Yeah, that's an existing thing. Do that.
Yeah.
Cool cat. Yeah, do cool cat. They didn't do that.
No.
I guess Jason Derulo was the cool cat because his song had a funky bass line to it.
Yes.
But
and he made himself less irrelevant than he's managed to do with the most recent part of his singing career.
Less irrelevant.
Less right, Jordan. It is late.
No.
I forgive you because we've just watched Cats, but I've already made it clear what the point you were making.
He is less relevant now.
Yeah.
Can I? Sorry, just quickly. I've looked up the lyrics from Jellicle Cat, and this is something I think we have to share with anyone.
Okay.
So this is I guess the pre-chorus.
Okay.
Because Jellicles are and Jellicles do and Jellicles would and Jellicles can and Jellicles would.
Says everything you need to know, doesn't it? Really?
Right, okay. So, literally, the last bit is Jellicle songs for Jellicle Cats, like 5-6 times.
Give us does it have the list of the types of
all
cats?
The cats?
The allegorical cats and the clerical cats.
Sad a lot, listeners. Practical cats, dramatical cats, pragmatical cats, fanatical cats, oratorical cats, Delphic oracle cats, skeptical cats, dyspeptical cats, romantical cats, pedantical cats, critical cats, parasitical cats, allegorical cats, metaphorical cats, statistical cats and mystical cats, political cats, hypocritical cats, clerical cats, hysterical cats, cynical cats, rabbinical cats.
Rabbinical cats? What? Cats that are Jewish, that are rabbis? Cats that read the Torah? Right. Okay. Well, yes.
I really wish I hadn't looked that up.
So that's a taste of what you're in for.
Yeah.
Part of my growing annoyance as it moved into its final act was the audacity of the film.
How dare you?
No, do you know what I mean?
How dare you be here?
It feels like it's got an hour in it where you can look and laugh at it and just like be like, what is this?
I'm not giving it that much.
And then, no, do you know what I mean? And then you got the sincerity of the performers and the earnestness of it, like all being really dancery and actory about
Jennifer Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson and Oscar wannabe
all
role.
of them, all the background cats like being really sincere about it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, fuck you. If you're going to do this, know what it is. Like Ian McKellen clearly knows what it is.
Yes.
I'm not saying he he's brilliant in it, but at least he I think he can comprehend its ridiculousness.
Yeah.
The rest take it really seriously, and it's like, have you read the script? Have you read the character names? Have you read this script?
Yeah.
It's clearly this trip. It's a trip. Behave like it's a trip, and they're not. They're acting like it's meaningful, and that started to really piss me off.
Yes.
But yes, Jennifer Hudson was the type
really
exhibit
fucking
of
pissed
this.
me off because there's the first scene she's in. She's clearly like the outsider. She's like been shunned by the Jellicle cats.
Yeah, she's a black cat.
She's a black cat.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was weird. I said to you as we were watching it, it's weird that, going back to what you were saying about like, oh, it's digital fur and they've melded it with the actor's face. It's weird that you can tell like the ethnicity of the actor that's playing. It's so uncanny.
Yeah.
Really, because it's both a person and a cat.
Yeah.
Or like cat fur and cat makeup and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I was sort of like, every critic has said you never get used to the design. It's like just a completely inexplicable design.
Yeah.
It's because it's a disgusting blend of shithousery.
It is. So I never tried to get used to it. As I was sort of going in prepared to just be like on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
But I did kind of adjust, to be honest.
Okay.
I think it would be a lie to say that I never accepted it, but I did adjust to it. I wasn't like surprised everyone.
Oh yeah, there was no moment like that. Yeah.
Sometimes when they moved, I freaked out a bit.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, the photorealism thing.
Yeah.
There's that. Why did they do that? Other than, I guess we can.
It's
and
a film.
We'll get a visual effects Oscar out of it, I guess. Why? Because the film doesn't.
Well, it won't.
No, it won't.
Yeah, it's not up for any Oscars.
But back when you're in the planning phase and like, oh yeah, cats, that'll be good. You think of like, okay, so if we do,
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in that meeting.
Well,
I can see people genuinely getting caught up in like the momentum of it, like, oh, it's such a popular musical. People going to go see it.
I've seen few films that are so clearly made with corporate indifference.
Yeah.
Where it was like, right, this has made billions. We're obviously going to make a film of it.
Yes.
Fuck, just do it. Like, there's clearly no care has gone in. Do you know what I mean? Like, no thought went into, oh, this has made $4 billion worldwide. Will it make a good adaptation? It didn't even get to the second question. It was just that statement.
Exactly.
You know?
But yeah, I would have thought that if you're going to do quote unquote photorealistic cats, photorealistic people cat hybrid things,
Chernobyl cats,
exactly. Surely you would make the film more quote unquote realistic.
Purrnobyl.
Because this is going to be so hard to pick a title for this.
riddled with gold.
Because it seems like a pretty direct adaptation of the musical. And there is I think the question, because everyone is saying like, oh, Cats the film is terrible. The question does need to be asked, like, how much of its terribleness does it owe to the musical?
Okay. Obviously, we would have to watch it to fully... I'm not going to.
No.
The film's not sold me on it.
No.
But a musical is its music.
Yes.
And the music is bad.
Yes.
And like... Okay, we were talking about, obviously a lot of the cast members are singers, primarily. But they turn in terrible vocal performances.
Yeah.
Like, surprisingly bad. Like, you have Russell, like, Les Miserables. The director of this obviously did Les Miserables before.
Which is probably why he ended up...
why he ended up doing it,
yes.
yeah. Why he chose to do it is, ching ching.
Yes.
He's been attached for years from what I could look up.
But like Les Miserables, they sang in camera, for lack of a better term, didn't they?
Yes.
Diegetically. They sang diegetically.
Yes.
And...
Which I assume is what's happened here, right?
I have no idea.
Because there are weird moments as well where when the film is silent, it sounds like a live performance. You know when like the music in a musical when it goes quiet and you can hear the actors like shuffling on stage and you can hear them breathing. It sounds like that.
It does. It sounds like
Yeah.
Well, this is where I would highlight Taylor Swift. Jason Derulo, it's bad.
Yeah. But it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. He's doing the Jason Derulo thing. Yeah.
Taylor Swift. Yeah. Now, I'm not like massive fan of Taylor Swift, but I don't mind some of Taylor Swift's music. That is atrocious on another level.
It is. And
when she is the cat.
Well, I think I asked one of you, didn't I? Is that like square round peg square hole? Like she's a good singer, but she's not a good musical singer.
Well, maybe because like I would say because she is a very good, like her stage show is always like up there as the quality and like how good she is live as well as like on things. So I don't know what the fuck that was.
No.
Well, she is not a musical singer, but she is a good singer. And I said to you guys, like, genuinely, I could sing those songs better than she is singing it right now. I genuinely believe that. I think because what she was probably told to do is, well, you're acting as well. So she's doing the whole, like, macavity. Like, she was like, like, not at the cost of the singing, though. Like, they've got to go hand in hand. So, speaking of which, Jennifer Hudson.
Yes.
Who is... was really going for the supporting actress Oscar, wasn't she?
She was trying way too hard.
She was really trying to be what's Anne Hathaway's character in Les Mis?
I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, Fantine, I think her name is.
Yeah.
It's that kind of performance where it's like down on her luck.
Yeah.
Except in Les Miserables, she like her child's been taken away from her. She's become destitute and her hair's been cut off, and then this is just a cat.
The other cats don't like,
it.
but cats are like that. So
Yeah, cats.
why does she care?
Exactly. And when she gets her moment,
Yeah.
memories, God, she wrings every possible
Yes.
second out of that, and it's just it's laboured. You can see the labour on her face.
Oh yeah.
Memory. She's like really
Yeah.
really acting with her face.
And
you know?
like yeah, the climax of that song where you have like the orchestra is kicked in and she's like, it's just loud.
It's just loud. Yeah.
That's all it is. It's just loud, you know.
It's the thing. The thing is it's what popped into my head though when she was doing that. Now, I don't know how much Family Guy either of you have seen.
A fair bit.
But there's a scene in one episode. I can't remember. Like obviously there's shit tons of Family Guy.
Yeah.
And it's just Peter Griffin listening to something, going, "Who hurt you? Who hurt you?" That like started running through my head. And I was like,
Yeah, what terrible life has she lived through that she like is like that, you know?
Yeah. Well, okay. So the film brought me to this point where her and Judi Dench share a scene, and they start nuzzling each other.
Yes.
And I said, I've never seen a stronger case for racial segregation.
oh my life!
It was obviously in jest, but you're sitting there going, oh, at least this wouldn't have happened. If civil rights hadn't happened, at least this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
You know.
But then again, like because they're all just cats, so their like race doesn't factor into it. So it's just like we still would have got cats, but it would have been some poor white actress instead of some poor black actress who had to do that role in Cats, you know?
In blackface. At least that would have given it a frisson. That would have given it something.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be watching it going, what have they done? What have they done? It would be a feeling, you know?
Yeah.
And that would be nice.
Did they whiteface the main character, though? Because she's Kenyan, and she plays Victoria the White Cat, I believe.
Yeah, she does. So she's Kenyan, is she?
Yeah, she's Kenyan.
Is she black?
No, I think she's British, but she's of Kenyan descent. Her parents might be Kenyan.
She is black.
Yeah, she's black.
Oh, that's
well,
right.
she's
that's
like
okay,
light black, but she's black.
Okay. Right. Well.
But yeah, shame on you, Cats.
Shame on you, Cats.
Whitewashing your lead actress.
At one point, there's a little joke where James Corden and Rebel Wilson are tied up on a roof to a chimney or something.
No, they're on a boat.
Oh, sorry, on a boat. I don't know. The roof of a boat.
Yeah. No, it's just a boat.
No, they're on top, aren't they?
No, it's just the bow of the ship.
They're around one of the...
It's like the front of the cabin on the ship, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're by... Oh, what the...
Because they walks the plank.
What,
yeah, and that's
what
not
are those
on the
things
no,
on boats?
I know it's not on the roof, but...
A chimney thing. What are they called on boats? Is it just a chimney?
Yeah, I think it's just a chimney. Or a stack. A smokestack.
Yeah, was it a steamboat?
They're around like one of those or something.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because they never get scale right. That's a big problem as well.
Just watch this, by the way, listeners.
Yeah.
And we can't remember it. Oh, yeah, that's bizarre.
Yeah. But there's a point where...
The streets don't even seem scaled right for humans. It's strange.
Yeah, it's really
I can't
weird.
imagine... Even though we don't see their face, but we see a human at the beginning of the film.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a human existing in that space, you know? So strange.
Ray Winston is like a secondary villain. And
I guess.
Yeah.
That was horrific.
Yeah, and he's taunting James Corden with a song. And he rhymes... For instance, he says, like, Ames, something, the river Thames.
Yeah.
And then there's a comedic beat where James Corden interrupts him and goes, you can't just decide that it's Thames because it rhymes with Ames. It's Thames. Earlier in the film, in James Corden's musical number, he says, something, mouses, something, trounces. That doesn't even rhyme anyway. The mouses isn't even a fucking word. So that's the hypocritical.
Hypocritical.
Oh, yeah.
So bad. Hypocriticat.
Yeah, no, I wanted to ask again, if you're going to make it look realistic, which I guess is what they were going for with the fur.
I don't know. I don't know if I would say they were trying to make it look realistic. It was still like there was a fantasy to it, obviously. The sets, I think, are deliberately artificial, you know, like there's an artifice to them.
Oh yeah, it's set in London, but there's all like neon everywhere.
It's kind of Paris via London via Tokyo. I don't know. It's really strange. Like I say, it's trying to be its own. Oh, how inventive this blend.
The
of
only
things.
thing I can think of, in terms of practical reasons why they did it, is so the actors have like freedom of movement in their bodies.
Yeah.
If you like lather them in like heavy like prosthetics, it'd probably be more difficult to do these like dance numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it seems like a pretty faithful adaptation of the musical because they have like dance interludes and things like that, which is even more bizarre because it's further like uncanniness.
Because after the first song, they just start kind of interpretive dancing, don't they?
Her and like the main Jellicle guy, who I think is also a ballet dancer. They start like dancing on a grave,
and it's like, no, this isn't a dance piece anymore. I know it's a musical, but if you're transferring it to film, like dance is sort of used to, represent action, and emotion.
Because when you're on a stage, you can't have like full scale environments, and you can't. So you kind of. Another thing I kind of note in the opening number, well, and throughout the film as well, because these environments are sort of like hinted at when you're on stage, like in terms of like the backdrop, and maybe they'll have like a couple of pieces of like environmental they can work with. So the songs and like the dancing and like all that sort of stuff, that's sort of like filling in the gaps for the audience. It's like in a book, isn't it? Because you have no visuals to accompany the words. The words are painting the picture of the environment. So if you were to like do a faithful adaptation, like if you're just lifting the words from the page and you have a character like describing a room that they're clearly just sitting in, like it's superfluous, you don't need it. And it feels a bit like they could finally put these cats in this environment, but they didn't take out any of the stuff that was like painting the environment. Or like, no, it wasn't that. It was that, like, oh shit, now the cats are in these environment, what can we do with all these cats? So they were just kind of like doing stuff. Like, like one was like in an outhouse on a toilet, and there was another one that was like on a car, and there was another one that was like swinging on a chandelier, and it's like...
they've got to be doing something. Yes, that is a problem.
It's too noisy visually. There's just too much going on at any one time.
The thing is, like, in the beginning, when you're dropped into this world, and you're like, right, okay, let me get used to this. And by the end of the first song, like, right, okay, I'm in for this, I guess. And then they start doing the interpretive dance sequence, and it's like double dosing on acid. It's like, oh, I was already tripping. Like, you didn't need to add this extra
this is further,
level. At the end of the film,
and then you have the Rebel Wilson like sequence where they introduce mice and like cockroaches. So that's like further shit you have to deal with.
To go back to the singing thing. The singing thing. It is a musical. In Les Mis, you got Hugh Jackman and like giving these powerhouse vocal performances, and like Russell Crowe can't sing. But it sort of helps in that film because you're not meant to like his characters. The fact he can't sing, he's irritating. In this, we're meant to like most of the characters. I guess
Idris Elba and his posse are probably... I know what you're going to do, but
I'm not
let's
going to
not do that.
I'm not going to do anything.
Okay. I suppose they're the ones that we're not supposed to like, right? Everyone else you are supposed to.
Yes. At the end of the film, Dame Judi Dench addresses us.
That was strange.
For quite a long time. And tells us how to talk to cats.
The etiquette.
The etiquette. And she sort of says something which is like, why am I supposed to like cats in general? She's like, if a cat condescends to treat you as a trusted friend, why? Yeah, exactly. Cats are cunts. Like, why am I supposed to like these things? And then, what she had the audacity to say as well? Something like, you should have no reason to...
Oh, you should understand our character.
Yeah.
You don't need an interpreter to understand our character.
Speak for yourself.
We do.
We do. Not really sure what happened. There were some cats. And then it was over.
Yes. Thankfully.
Yeah.
Such a crock of shit.
It is the worst film of the year.
And I haven't seen that. I can tell you now without having seen
definitively
most films of like 2019. It is horrifically bad.
The thing is, you rope in, because Idris Elba's not a singer. Ian McKellen is not a singer. Judi Dench is not a singer. Maybe she was, I don't know. You bring in those people for like the pedigree, as much of a contradiction as that is. They do the acty bit. But there's not much of that to do. Like, Idris Elba just kind of appears, says something with a certain scansion, then fucks off something blah blah anshin, and then disappears. Like, that is all he does.
And
I did freak out when he like turned Rebel Wilson into dust and like disappeared.
Oh no, Well, okay, so
Because I completely missed the setup that he was a magician.
Yeah, he did say I'm a magic cat.
Yeah. So when he kind of like
cat,
grabbed her and she like disintegrated, I proper freaked. What the fuck is going on?
I will say this very quickly. When what is good about the film, other than the tiny things that we've pointed out, I'd say it's good in the way where you have a really terrible disease or illness, and then you don't have it anymore. And the only good thing about it is the relief that you don't have it anymore. When Rebel Wilson came into it, I felt like I had cancer.
Okay.
And then she was taken away. I was like, oh, that's a good feeling.
Thank you, McCavity. I like you now.
Yeah, because Rebel Wilson's not a singer, right? Or no, she is a singer.
Is she?
Pitch Perfect, isn't she?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
You wouldn't know it from Cats, would you?
No.
Where she's just the fucking mangy, obese pussy.
She starts like jilling herself off, doesn't she?
She does start licking her fanny.
Yeah. That's how she's introduced. She's like lounging on a chair, then she like flops onto the floor, and then she like spreads her legs and starts like rubbing herself.
Well, no one else is going to do it, are they?
No, I suppose.
No.
Eddie.
Sorry, just in my head, I legitimately just you're supposed to go down on a person, and then you see that. I go, nah.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
No. My criticism, and it is a criticism of Idris Elba. This is a guy that was in Luther,
right?
Okay,
that was good.
Yeah, he's done good things, right?
He's in The Wire.
I mean, there's a Sir and a Dame in this. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of shade to go around.
Judi Dench is getting old, and she doesn't do much anymore. She finished James Bond, right?
Yeah, she has. Yeah.
I object to McKellen. As much as I don't like Lord of the Rings, this is the guy that was Gandalf.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Magneto.
And
a man with some authority.
Yeah.
And in this, they make him lick wood. Just walk around your abode and licking wood.
Yes.
Right. The rest of the cast,
they're
either James-speaking newbies, or it's James Corden and Rebel Wilson.
Yeah,
right?
I got really worried when they paired those two up.
Yeah,
but they don't really do anything. So
but James Corden, much in like, what is it? Something in the Woods.
Into the Woods. Right, he's shit in that too. Yeah.
Okay, he's not too bad in it. Like, for a shit film, yeah. But he's shit in that, and it's a similar kind of film, I suppose.
Yeah.
No,
Here's the thing. I think what you take away from Cats is what level of contempt do you have for all the people involved in it. Now, I don't blame Tom Hooper, okay?
Okay.
Because he's done decent stuff before. He did it for the money. I'm sure he did it for the money.
Yeah.
I don't really blame the cast, to be honest with you.
Okay.
It's like, oh, fuck it, Tom Hooper. Yeah. All right. Idris Elba, all those. I don't blame those. I hate the lead actress. And I know she's a newcomer, so it feels like unfair to pick on her, but
No, that's fair.
I have contempt for her going forward.
Okay.
I have contempt for all the background cats that are being sincere dancery.
Yeah.
But I think this is Andrew Lloyd Webber. You know, this is his fault. May he rot in hell.
I mean, the only...
Yeah, I mean, look, already looks like he's rotting, to be fair. Just go do it in hell instead.
I will say, like, the only musical... But it might just because of my exposure to it. Are you just processing what you've just said? Okay.
That's fine, go on.
Yeah, the only musical I can kind of tolerate is Jesus Christ Superstar, which is another one of his. But I don't know what the reputation of that is. I don't know if I'm
I imagine there will be a film adaptation coming 2024 or something.
Oh, there's been a load.
I think you've got to like be into your musical theatre to really know. But I think Lloyd Webber is considered like
trashy,
and like he's the musical guy that everyone knows. So like he's the cheap kind of, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I was two of your big ones are him and Sondheim.
Yeah. Who wrote the screenplay for Cats? Can we look that up?
Who wrote the screenplay for Cats?
So yeah, Jordan, as Eddie's doing that, where do you put blame? Like, who do you have less of an opinion of going forward? Of whom do you have less of an opinion of?
I've got an answer to that.
I mean, in fairness to the film, I guess it didn't really change my opinion of anyone involved.
Oh, Taylor Swift as well. My opinion's gone. I didn't like her, but my opinion's gone down on her.
Okay. Well, especially when I heard her salary.
Yes.
Or her, like, you know, vague salary.
7 figures.
7 figures.
Yeah.
7-figure salary to appear in 2 films, two scenes. 2 films. two scenes, one of which she used her stand-in for.
Yeah.
Lee Hall.
Oh no.
Who's that?
He wrote Billy Elliot.
Oh.
Like, he's a good writer.
Oh shit.
Again, okay, I don't blame him either. I just it's what it is. It's the property.
He also wrote Rocket Man.
He did, which is it looks like a masterpiece in comparison.
But it was written by him and Tom Hooper.
Cats.
Yeah.
I can't imagine there's anything to write.
No, yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
All I will say, as I like get something up. Actually, no. Okay, first, the person who's gone down in my estimation is Jennifer Hudson. She can go walk off a plank and stop trying to
Shame
be.
that she wasn't the one they put on the plank.
Yeah.
It's fine. She went to heaven. No one's going to see her again. She's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. The heavy side layer.
Yeah, but I feel like this is not what T.S. Eliot imagined his work would become, and I think you putting the blame on Andrew Lloyd Webber, given that it is him that adapted it into the stage play, I think it's a fair enough place to lie the blame.
Yeah.
I'll sign off just by saying, surely if it's the heavy side layer, then James Corden should have gone there. Or Rebel Wilson.
Oh, remember when she, like, split open her fur and there was, like, a coat underneath? That freaked me out.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, she was, like, unzipped herself, like fucking Slitheen or something.
Imagine seeing that on acid.
It reminds me
that would be terrifying.
It reminds me of Donnie Darko.
Yeah,
why you wearing that silly human suit. Yeah.
Especially since it's pink, her waistcoat she's wearing underneath, but for a moment it looks red, so it genuinely looks like she's like like
oh, see, that I would have been in. Alright, what's this? What is this? Yeah.
Imagine if there was like a horror version of this musical.
We just watched it.
Oh, and yeah, bringing up Slitheen as well. The cat people in Doctor Who look way better than the cat people in this.
Yeah.
And yeah, you wouldn't have had the articulation with like that kind of prosthetic. But again, like if Doctor Who is doing something better than you, you'd probably be a bit worried maybe.
Yeah.
You know? That's cat people done right. They genuinely look like cats, and it's not and you can tell the actress underneath, and it doesn't look distracting.
And get Ardlo O'Hanlon in your shit.
Yeah.
See Ardlo O'Hanlon's a cat. I watched that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, well, how are we gonna how do you sum up Cats?
Well, did we recommend it? Is the thing?
No.
Okay.
I don't recommend it as a hate watch. Like I recommend it on no level whatsoever.
Okay.
It's just it is a waste of your time.
See, I didn't want to watch it in the first place.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was on my phone for about half.
We were talking about opinions of the people involved. Has your opinion of Sam gone down for making you watch this film?
No, because
I didn't recommend it.
No, because we had to discuss it. It
had to be done.
It had to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're like a film person, okay, this is the one condition under which I would recommend it.
Okay.
I pretty much exclusively watch quote unquote high quality films.
Yeah.
And so your palate can get a bit compromised.
Yes.
Sometimes you need to watch utter crap like this to remind you, oh no, I do watch
it's
this
like
stuff.
a perverse palate cleanser almost.
Okay. So on that level, yeah.
My recommendation for any aspiring writer, basically anything above this, or the Emoji Movie, watch them, see how bad they are, and then just write something a page better, and you're doing all right.
I will. Okay, this will be my final statement on it then.
Okay.
If you want to watch a cat-based musical, go kick a cat, and the sound it produces will be better than any of the songs in the film.
There you go.
Happy days.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to jump into that.
We'll jump into Golden Globes.
Much bigger topic to discuss. The Golden Globes.
You guys haven't watched the full ceremony, have you?
No.
I saw the only bit worth watching, and then I stopped watching.
Okay.
What was worth watching?
The Brick at Your Face.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I put myself through it every year, just because it's kind of like the Golden Globes are like the trashier Oscars. Everyone drinks, talk. It's not really a formal event.
Kind of party.
It's my kind of party, where people drink and talk. Yeah, bare minimum. I prefer my kind of party is the Oscars, where everyone just sits in awed silence.
I assume you all know this, but just a tangent to the Oscars quickly. My favourite thing about the Oscars is that if someone needs to get up and pee, they have people who come and sit in their seats.
Yeah, to make it look like
to make it look like they're there.
Yeah,
which I absolutely love.
Yeah,
but I digress.
Yeah, so the Globes. Obviously, the highlight is was Ricky Gervais' speech.
Yes.
His best one?
Maybe.
I think it's his best one. Maybe not on the gag front per se, but just when it all kind of breaks down into like him just saying very sincere.
Yeah, exactly. It's the boldest speech he's done.
It is the boldest speech with the head of Apple TV and it was the head of Apple even maybe.
Yeah.
Was it?
The head of Apple in the room and saying, your company runs sweatshops in China. So Jesus, okay.
No, the best bit for me is the Jeffrey Weinstein.
Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein's just like...
Yeah, I know he's your friend. Yeah, it's a great line. It's a great line.
You know, but he didn't kill himself.
Yeah, he's like, you came on your own planes, didn't you? Or something like that. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, it was the most...
Tom Hanks reaction.
Tom Hanks reaction. It was the most topical one he's done. Usually the jokes are kind of everyone could kind of get it.
Yeah.
I feel like you had to really be in on these ones.
There were a couple I just didn't get.
Yeah.
The license plate
Felicity
one I still
Huffman,
don't quite get.
Ronan Farrow, there were a few jokes that,
I mean, I did like that he openly just said most films are shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a fucking film award ceremony. Yeah.
And then he's like, it's fine, it's the last one I'm doing.
Yeah.
I think it might actually be this time.
Genuinely, yeah.
Because Amy Poehler and Tina Fey are doing it again next year.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They always cut to her when he's doing his thing, and she always looks kind of disapproving every time.
Which one?
Amy Poehler. She's a comedian, allegedly. She's a woman. Not going to say anything, lads, all right.
Well, no, I mean, like...
to be fair, as a double act, I would argue Tina Fey is the better of that partnership.
I think Tina Fey is the better, just in general.
Yes.
Amy Poehler is... I don't know who's the better actor. But Amy Poehler is good at Parks and Recreation.
I was going to say, she has Parks and Rec going for her.
Tina Fey... I'm not saying 30 Rock was great. Is it 30 Rock?
It is kind of great, you know? Like, I don't genuinely mean... There are no funny comedians. I'll say that.
My issue...
Oh, but you can't think of any, can you?
No.
This was your chance to, like, defend.
No, but this is...
Be the Brad Pitt of the podcast.
Nah, that man worked with Weinstein. Fuck off.
He did. Hypocrite.
But this is the thing. There are some people where I'd be like, oh, okay, nah, I've watched this. This was funny.
Yeah.
But the problem is female comedy at the moment, and I am being slightly putting everything that's generalizing.
Yeah.
But I've watched like female stand-up shows on Netflix and Prime, and my main issue is that a lot of female comedy that I've seen is still attacking things like feminism and the Me Too.
Well, it's not attacking feminism, is it?
No, but like it's attacking like men and like empowering feminism and attacking like.
I mean that's. Sorry, finish.
I was gonna say, just to me when like it's like okay, I get what you're saying, and I have no issue, right? You want to talk about all that shit, that's fine. Do that. But if you're supposed to be making this funny, I'm not fundamentally laughing at that.
Yeah. I mean, it's not funny. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the stuff. Comedy is a great courier for a point.
Yeah.
But it has to be more than the point.
Yeah.
A joke would be nice.
Yeah. Like I was recently given a lift home from work by a colleague of mine, and he put Tim Vine on while we were on the way home. Right. I'm not by no means the best comedian. But I was laughing the entire time because it's set up punchline, and that's all it is.
Yeah, he's okay. He's okay. Like I'm not.
He's got is he the one with the Guinness World Records? For, like most jokes.
Yeah.
I'm not big on that kind of one-liner sort of funny, but when you watch him, I find it funny because like it's sort of like he knows how gimmicky it is.
Yeah.
You can see he's kind of going, "Oh, I'm doing that," you know. So but
but no, Gervais I think is legitimately funny.
I'm not a big fan of his stand-up. I'm not really a big fan of it. I think he's great in The Office. I think that is the greatest comic performance ever. I like his podcast, but he's my least favourite of the three.
Yeah.
And I kind of like him, even though he can be a dick. But I just think he's the perfect person to host the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Because he is so... I think, because he became a celebrity when he's like 39 or something.
Yeah.
He just doesn't care. He just really genuinely doesn't care. And for the Globes, that works. We were talking about like what fits each ceremony.
He is to the Globes what Stephen Fry is to the BAFTA.
Yes, and the BAFTA obviously it's British and it's pomp and circumstance.
Yeah.
And he is so effusive in his praise for everyone in the room. It becomes a piss take if you're really paying attention.
Yes.
But the actors lap it up obviously because they're actors.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's perfect for the BAFTAs. And I think as far as the Oscars go, ideally, I think you want someone who can sing and dance and tell jokes.
Yes.
I think that the Oscars is that. It's a big show.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, you need a performer.
You do. Hugh Jackman was great. I really think he was a great host at the Oscars. Billy Crystal obviously always did that as well. He was great. Someone like that, you know. Not Seth MacFarlane, who's Ricky Gervais light.
Yeah, I didn't like Seth MacFarlane.
No, I didn't like him.
I mean,
James Franco and Anne Hathaway were a fucking disaster.
Yeah. I wasn't a fan of Chris Rock recent, but of their response to Oscar So White was to put a black host in.
Yeah. Kimmel's, did he do it last year?
He did it twice.
He did it twice, but then last year it was going to be Kevin Hart.
Yeah, there was no host
and
last
then
year.
there's no host this year.
Yeah.
Do you know what I would say after the SAG Awards? Let Eugene Levy have a go. Cause
did he host the SAG Awards?
Well, they didn't have a host. They did the opening monologue.
Okay. Yeah.
Let him do that because that was funny as fuck.
Yeah, you just got to find someone on the right level, I think.
But
yeah, so circling back to the Globes. So yeah, there are two things to talk about really.
Yeah.
There was Gervais, which is the funny thing. It's on YouTube. Just look it up.
Yeah.
He basically ends by saying, do not come up and grandstand. You're in no position to lecture anyone about anything. You're in your bubbles. No one cares. Thank your agent. Thank you, God, and fuck off. Right?
Yeah.
And they all tokenly cheer at that.
Yes.
Like, yeah, tell us how it is. And then we're gonna play Michelle Williams' acceptance speech now.
Okay.
Thank you so much. First of all, to my Fosse-Verdon family and to the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. When you put this in someone's hands, you're acknowledging the choices that they make as an actor, moment by moment, scene by scene, day by day, but you're also acknowledging the choices they make as a person, the education they pursued, the training they sought, the hours they put in. I'm grateful for the acknowledgement of the choices I've made, and I'm also grateful to have lived at a moment in our society where choice exists, because as women and as girls, things can happen to our bodies that are not our choice. I've tried my very best to live a life of my own making, and not just a series of events that happened to me, but one that I could stand back and look at and recognize my handwriting all over, sometimes messy and scrawling, sometimes careful and precise, but one that I had carved with my own hand, and I wouldn't have been able to do this without employing a woman's right to choose. To choose when to have my children and with whom, when I felt supported and able to balance our lives, knowing, as all mothers know, that the scales must and will tip towards our children. Now, I know my choices might look different than yours, but thank God, or whomever you pray to, that we live in a country founded on the principle that I am free to live by my faith and you are free to live by yours. So women 18 to 118, when it is time to vote, please do so in your own self-interest. It's what men have been doing for years. It's what men have been doing for years, which is why the world looks so much like them. But don't forget, we are the largest voting body in this country. Let's make it look more like us. Tommy and Matilda, I can't wait to come home to you.
She just heard Michelle Williams' acceptance speech for Fosse-Verdon.
Break it down for us, Sam. Break it down.
Do you see what she did there? Do you see what little bit of sophistry she did?
Go on.
So, okay, she starts off by saying, when you give an actor an award, you are celebrating their choices as an actor. Okay, we are in agreement with that.
Yes, yeah.
You're also accepting, validating their choices as a human being. Okay, you're taking you're going off the path a little bit here. It's good that we have choices,
I suppose.
This is the linearity of this. Yeah. It's good we have choices. It's good that we live in a country where women have the right to choose.
Okay.
I chose, brackets, had an abortion.
Yeah.
I don't know. She doesn't say that. This is speculative. But it seemed like that was what she was saying. Or
well, no, doesn't she later say in the speech that
She later alludes to the fact
I can
that,
have I know the time. I know what time to have my children, right?
Yeah.
Something
Yes,
like
I don't know if that's her like explicitly saying she had an abortion rather than she just used birth control. I don't know.
Okay.
But yes, I got from that. But at some point, that was a confession of abortion, and like it's good that we have that. So she just went from saying, and then she brings God into it. She says, "Well, you just listen to it." But
Yeah.
I'm not religious, right, at all. I am an atheist, but I just feel like it's kind of. I'm not saying it was intended as a dig. It was just like it was trying to be inclusive, is what it was doing. But it's like, don't rope God into your abortion speech.
I'm not sure God would be on board with this whole supporting
Any God.
supporting abortion idea.
I just think it's so kind of. I don't know. I'm not like personally offended. It just feels like such a kind of disgusting thing to. I don't know. It's like you have your beliefs.
Yeah.
Religious people have their beliefs. Not many fervent religious people agree with abortion.
Nope.
Christians, especially America, very Christian country. And I just feel like that was kind of you're God, you should still be happy that I have this.
Yes.
And it's like, leave others out of it. Leave God out of it. It just, I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Yeah.
And then just basically, like, when you unpack what she was saying, that this Golden Globe was recognition of the virtue of her abortion. What is going on, guys?
Yeah.
Explain to me what's happening.
I
that's my reaction as well, Eddie.
Listen, I don't think I can. Just no.
I've come under a bit of flack in the past for like kind of people have said to me, well, what entitles someone to have an opinion then? If you don't think they should be talking about this, what entitles?
Yeah. I just stuck on the wire.
Okay.
Like if you're talking about this, what entitles someone to speak genuinely?
Yeah.
And my response is, yeah, everyone's entitled to an opinion. It's about the not etiquette, the kind of the propriety. It's about the propriety of when you express those opinions. And I just think it's really mercenary and kind of cynical to use. You've been given an award by your peers. It's a recognition of your career,
Yeah.
And yeah, like they just this utter lack of self-awareness that it is the bubble, right? But that yes, most of them are in no position to lecture people about anything substantial. And B, most people don't care what they have to say about anything. Most people, ordinary, hardworking, blue collar, don't care what Michelle Williams has to say about abortion.
Let's be honest. Most people that watch the news highlights of like award speeches, like the Oscar speeches or whatever, they are watching to see what controversial thing they said this time.
Yeah, and it's total ego. It's I definitely have no small ego. If I was ever in the position where I won an award, I think the most you can do as far as leaning into the kind of social political stuff is like when there's a wildfire in Australia. A few people said, "Oh, let's give money to." Yeah, that's fine. Do that.
Yeah.
Other than that, fuck off. I would never imagine the gall of thinking, I'm good. I'm now going to use my 3 minutes to speak about civil rights.
I think it's the one thing from this year around though where I've liked the SAG Awards.
Yeah,
because Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, that's a classy acceptance speech.
Joaquin Phoenix was a very classy acceptance, and I don't want him to be winning the Oscar.
No,
but it was a classy acceptance speech. It was him commending his.
Serenading them, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was serenading the competition. And he singled out Adam Driver for Marriage Story, which, based on the films I've seen so far, it would probably be my personal preference Best Actor.
Yeah, and he said you should be up on the stage.
Yeah.
Completely.
And then you had Brad Pitt's speech, which was semi-funny, didn't get to anything, and he joked about how it wasn't a big stretch to play someone who argued with his wife or whatever it was. It was fairly funny.
Yeah.
But then you come to like the Globes, there was politics. There will be politics at the BAFTAs, there'll be politics at the Oscars.
Oh, because these are the big opportunities.
But like, it was nice that the SAGs were quite fun. As I talked about like Eugene Levy, that it was nice, like that it was good fun.
Yeah,
because of what I have seen of the Globes, particularly Michelle Williams. Because as after that, this is the sort of starting to break down the sort of second half of it. But she goes on to talk about how the choice of having the right to vote. But then it's looked like it's, been a men's...
Yes, she says, women vote for your own self-interest. It's what men have always done. It's why the world looks like them. and then proceeds to say, we constitute the largest voting bloc in the United States. Explain that one, Michelle.
No, it's the implication.
You know what I mean?
It's the implication that women don't vote for their own self-interests.
I'm being a bit... What she's saying, I would say, if we're going to steel man her, or I don't want to. Oh, the world is dominated by, it's male presidents, prime ministers, it's all corporate business, it's all men. That's what she means by the world looks like men,
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't get this implication that women haven't voted in their self-interest. Ever. Everyone to some degree votes out in their own self-interest. That's what voting is.
Yeah.
I like her as an actress as well. I'm a fan of her acting. Just act. Just act.
But again, like when I talk about like you've won an award for a performance and accepted an award for a performance and go, do you know what would be right for me to talk about right now?
Yeah. Abortion and voting.
I'm
not just that,
do either things play a big part in the performance that she won for?
No, not as a dancer.
Yeah,
right, okay.
Right, because I understand that later in the year, yes, the Americans are going to have their election and whatnot. But
see the women come out in force for that if Trump ends up back in the office.
He's going to.
You
this
think?
Thing, yeah. He's going to. He's not going to get impeached. End of story.
Yeah.
He's going to get reelected.
But her words are going to take on a different... It's going to feel different watching back her saying like, oh, women take up the biggest block of voting, and then Trump ends up back in the White House,
Yeah, but like that's the thing. It's this arrogance of thinking that all women think along the same. It's the bigotry. It's a different kind of bigotry. It's well, women are voting in their self-interest. It's just not your self-interest by definition.
Yes,
there are Republican women.
Yeah,
thousands, millions.
Yeah.
It's astounding. Just the utter kind of blindness of it. Blindness of it.
Yeah. I don't like getting in on politics. I don't. I'm kind of dumb. But it's the thing that still baffles me is that that's what people. I'm sorry, but if I'm ever lucky enough to win an award for something, I'm going to be thanking the fuckers that got me there.
This is the thing. This ignoring how stupid and pig-headed her speech was. Let's just say you're an actor and you're like asked to do this mini-series and it's got these great scripts and like, oh yeah, I want to do this.
Yeah.
All these directors just didn't thank any of those. This is the place. This would be the time and the place now to do that.
Yeah. Like,
I just,
the Sam Mendes for 1917.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't really thank his cast. He kind of insulted
he
them.
He kind of slagged off his actors.
Yeah, he kind of slagged off his actors.
It's difficult for people to get people to go see a film that doesn't have famous people in it, while his two lead actors are standing right next to him.
Yeah, to be fair, I think.
But the fact of the matter is, he went up there, he thanked them, he didn't let anyone else say anything, and then they fucked off.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
He just said, oh, it's good because we haven't come out properly in America yet. So this is like a nice propulsion for us.
Yeah.
So I hope this makes people go watch it on the big screen where it was intended.
And then it won the Producers Guild.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, that's a decent speech.
Yeah, fair enough.
The best acceptance speech of all time is Joe Pesci winning for Goodfellas, which you're going to hear now.
Oh, it's my privilege, thank you.
See, simple, to the point.
Exactly.
That's it.
So we're all in agreement that she was talking about abortion, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And obviously the whole speech has a very feminist angle. It's like, oh, I am the voice of a woman speaking up for women.
Yes.
Now, this is not something, I don't think this is an implication in what she says. I think this is just a question I have about the topic in general that I want to put to you both.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain to me how abortion is this feminist, empowering thing?
What do you mean?
Am I right in saying that's...
Before we dive into this...
Yes.
I want I try not
it's changing the topic slightly.
Yeah, no, that's
we
fine.
We might have to
fine.
come back to the
That's
globes.
Completely fine. Yeah. No, I think that was all I really want to say about the globes.
Okay.
Yeah. Before we dive into this topic...
Yeah.
I refrain from actually expressing my sincere political or social opinions on this podcast. I give my opinions very vigorously about film and about other things.
Yes.
And occasionally other stuff slips through.
Yeah.
But I try, because I don't want it to become that kind of podcast.
No.
My criticism of her speech was the audacity of doing something like that, rather than objections to anything she necessarily said.
Yeah.
My criticism is that she used that platform.
She misused her platform.
Yeah, she misused her platform, but I criticise a lot of people. It's not just her I would criticise for that.
Yeah.
I criticise a lot of people because I don't feel that's the right space to make those speeches.
I completely agree.
Yeah. But then again...
however I'm going to answer your question, I'm going to try not to put my own personal opinions in.
The only other thing I'll say about the Globes is more fool her, because everyone was talking about Ricky Gervais, who was telling them to not grandstand, and not the people who were grandstanding.
Yeah.
You know?
There was more people talking about Tom Hanks' face than her speech.
Exactly. Yeah. I didn't even... Is this even something that's being talked about? Because you brought this to us. I hadn't heard of her speech. I hadn't heard of it.
No, I have. To be fair, I haven't heard much about it in the press. It has mainly been Gervais.
Yeah.
It stuck out to me, obviously, because of everything we talked about.
Yeah.
As well as the fact that I think she was the only one that did that level of grandstanding.
Okay.
A few people did a little bit here, but like she was the main offender.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, your question about abortion.
No, because I feel like that is something that's happened, right? It's sort of been
It's become an empowerment thing.
Yeah, like, it's my body and I have the right to choose, and, it's being adopted into that, like, it's another thing that men are trying to take away from us and we want to get it back.
This is, generally speaking, a filthy concept, but let's actually check our privilege here in the sense of we are 3 men talking about this.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think that means our opinions aren't valid and we don't deserve an opinion.
It ties into what I'm kind of asking, but yes.
We have a right to have an opinion about this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But we are men.
Yeah.
If that wasn't clear.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Go on.
I feel like when abortion is kind of brought up, the kind of... Well, I mean, like, the go-to counter-argument is, what if the woman was raped?
Right.
Or something, it's always like worst case scenario, which is like, what if she was raped, or like the father is abusive, or whatever that kind of stuff is. And that's sort of why it's, I think that's why it's sort of being brought into like, because I shouldn't, if I'm raped and I'm sort of impregnated by that, I shouldn't have to claim responsibility for that child that I didn't even want, and things like that. Okay.
So what are you asking exactly?
The thing I was leading on to was, it isn't wrong, right, to say that men do have a say in an abortion, right?
I don't really know how to answer this. Okay, in terms of becoming an empowerment thing, I think that's a case of most women, I get, this is a complete guess, are sort of the mind that it's a bundle of cells. It's not like a life, And so an abortion is just even though a taxing and potentially traumatic experience.
Yeah.
It's not an evil thing to do because it's just it's just a cluster of cells.
Okay.
That's why, and it's become an empowerment thing because yes, it's about a woman's bodily autonomy.
Yes.
And their control over their own destiny.
Yeah, like it's my body, therefore I have.
It's my body, it's my choice.
Control. Yeah, I have say over the baby. But
so that's why, that's why it's an empowerment thing.
Okay.
As far as you brought up like rape and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
As far as that goes, I think that tends to be discussed when talking about the legality of it. Not the morality, but the legality.
I feel like because it's illegal in most places, I think, right?
Illegal?
There are places where it is legal.
In the world?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I generally don't know about that, but I feel like...
What? Are we talking about where abortion is legal and illegal?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's legal in the UK.
It is yeah. It is legal, yeah.
It's legal in the UK.
In the world, there's no legal or illegal.
I think at present, it's illegal in America.
Abortion?
Yeah.
No, it's legal.
It's legal.
Yeah. The conversation is about at which point do you stop?
Because it has been in the past, it's been illegal.
Oh, yeah. No, it's
usually it flips back and forth.
Safe, legal, and rare is like the buzz phrase of abortion.
Yeah.
Safe, legal, and rare.
Yeah. No, my only point was going to be that I feel like the conversations are often intertwined, the legality and the morality of
very true.
Abortion.
Yeah, okay. As far as rape goes, that tends to be discussed when it's but what if? What if this?
Yeah.
But that I will say that tends to come from an individual who believes in it being legal and moral, generally speaking.
Yes.
But is using an outlier kind of not justify. But you know what I mean? If we can agree on this being okay, then maybe I can bring you to it's sort of all being okay.
Yeah.
As far as should a man be involved in that decision, I think that is entirely dependent on how you consider what it is.
Okay.
If it's a cluster of cells, why does it matter?
Yeah.
If it's not, we have a different conversation.
Yes, because that's another conversation surrounding abortion. Is at what point is it a life?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because there are people who believe that it isn't a life until it's born. There are people who believe that it's always a life. You know, it covers the spectrum.
It does.
Everyone
I know, everyone seems to have a different kind of opinion on it.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I'm. That is something I don't like. Kind of the idea that, if it is indeed a thing, the idea that men should never be a part of the conversation when it comes to abortion. I feel like that's a slippery slope. That's a dangerous path to go down.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it was. There was like a lot of talk about it like a little while ago. I don't know whether it was being like the legality of it was being discussed somewhere, like whether it was in the UK or the US or something.
Right.
For some reason, I'm seeing like there are a lot of people, a lot of women as well, like posting about, you know, like, oh, it's my body, it's my right to choose, it's blah blah blah.
Yeah. Georgia, the state of Georgia.
The state of Georgia. That's it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's kind of like the implication I got from what they were saying is that like, oh, it should be our decision in all instances. It should kind of be our decision.
Yeah.
You know. And it is difficult because that baby is literally half and half, isn't it? If you go look at it on the DNA level, I think in most cases it is literally like an even division of like the father and the mother. So that bit, you know, there are two people and no one has more claim than the other.
It's tricky because it's hard to discuss. I feel it's all rooted in what you think of the whole thing because. Yeah. Okay, you could say that, it's half and half biologically. Yeah. But, like, the female does...
Yeah,
like 100% of the labour.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So it's like, it's a nuanced conversation, but it all sort of comes from, well, what is it? What do you consider that, existence to be?
Yeah.
And I don't want to go into that.
No.
Personally.
Yeah. But if that is... this, and again, this is all stemming from... I don't think there's any point in her speech where she sort of implies that, oh, it's a women-only thing, you know.
No, what she does say to vote out of self-interest, to be fair.
Yes.
But that felt like a separate point. But yeah.
Yeah. Just a question I had. Yes.
Fair enough.
Okay, so this for anyone who hadn't seen, Barbara Broccoli basically came out and said that James Bond would never be female.
Yeah.
But colour didn't necessarily come into it.
No.
Yeah, could be any colour, but will never be a woman.
Yeah.
What do we think about that?
It's kind of refreshing to have some certainty, you know?
It's such a weird sentence, though, isn't it? Like, James Bond is now going to be a woman.
Yes.
James Bond is just like, is a male character. It's not, we talked about Doctor Who and what you guys thought about Jodie Whittaker. But at the end of the day, that character exists in a universe where it could be a woman.
Yeah, but that's the thing. With Doctor Who,
is a bloke.
Yeah, No, but he's the quintessential male fantasy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what he was meant to be.
Yeah,
you gotta think though, like the counter arguees here think that all those sorts of things don't exist.
Okay,
you saying quintessential male to a certain portion of the demographic literally is meaningless because they don't believe in male.
Oh, I see the angle you're coming from.
Do you know what I mean? So you got like they would just go, well, that's just outdated patriarchal.
No, well, that's the thing. Yes, it's of a time, isn't it? Like a character like James Bond wouldn't exist now. It just wouldn't happen.
What do you mean? Wouldn't be created now?
No, I don't think so.
Would only be created to.
It would either be to
critique the.
Yeah, it would either be done as a critique or it would be a send-up. It would be a parody of that idea.
I mean, I don't want to go until the film's out and we know more about it.
Yeah.
I obviously don't want to go into No Time to Die in any,
No, it would all be speculation on our part.
Yeah, but there is a part of me that wonders how they're going to bring him in to this sort of modern era now. Because you can see that they're going to try and do it in a sense. Phoebe Waller-Bridge being involved, there's an angle with that. And
the thing is...
What angle would you say?
As in, I think James Bond has always been, it is the male fantasy,
Yeah.
As you say. But I put my personal opinion when it comes to bringing in Phoebe Waller-Bridge is this is bringing in someone who is going to... And I do think she's potentially the right person to bring that little bit of balance. But, I feel like there's an angle there is,
Okay.
Is that just because
my guess is
you've got a female 00 now? So
yeah,
it's like,
my guess is she's
bring...
responsible for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's bring in a female voice to make sure that like the female voices in the film are being,
which is fine,
and she will be a female voice that James Bond does not sleep with.
Yeah.
Yes, that as well.
Again, that it's. Let's just be straight here, guys. All right. Yes, James Bond is supposed to be the male fantasy. He, all women want to sleep with him and all guys want to beat him. That thing.
Yeah.
I grew up watching James Bond.
Same.
It hasn't inculcated me with a plethora of sexist views about women. I recognize the character for what he is, and this is not a function of like, oh, I'm just intelligent enough to. No, any idiot knows it's a fantasy.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a fucking fantasy.
That's the point.
A speedboat jumps over a road.
Yeah. I mean,
it's obviously a fantasy.
In Diamonds Are Forever, he legitimately drives down an alleyway on 2 wheels on the side of a car.
Yeah.
In order,
Yeah.
And he literally just like flips. That doesn't happen.
No.
And I'm not being funny, right?
Invisible cars, all that shit.
Yeah,
but we don't talk about that another day.
Okay, sorry.
Since like the 80s, James Bond, it's been like acknowledged within the franchise that he's outdated. We talked about this.
Yeah.
You're a misogynist dinosaur.
Yeah.
It's been said. All right?
Yeah.
You don't have to keep doing. That's who that character is. He's old-fashioned. He's a bit out of time. He's not down with the new tech. He's old-fashioned. That is that character.
Yeah.
He should stay that way because that is the character. And I'm not being funny. Harvey Weinstein managed to do what he did because of the promise. I know he was kind of, he had them under his thumb. Are we really saying that women will not sleep with a charismatic, mysterious, handsome guy? That finding women to sleep with him would not be easy. I'm sorry, that's just the way the world is.
James Bond now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the way the world is.
Yeah.
He would find it easy to get laid. He just would.
Yeah.
Women would be throwing themselves at him. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. In the same way that if a supermodel was throwing herself, was in our company, I was like, "Oh, sleep with me." All right.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't turning that down.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I'm fed up with this bullshit. That, yes, he's unrealistic. Yes. But that particular angle, I'm sorry, but yeah, women would shag him. They just would.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
But
Get out of my franchise, feminists.
No, but
you've had Star Wars, you've had Star Trek, you've had Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Leave James Bond alone.
Leave him alone.
it is part of like the whole fantasy is like the levels of charisma he comes with. Like,
I mean, he's a psychopath.
Yeah, but he is. But when it comes to like the ladies and stuff, he's ridiculously smooth.
Suave,
he shows up. He's got the fucking martini in his hand.
Yeah,
and it's like,
and he's all like, "Oh, I'm Mickey Mouse." Like, I'd sleep with him after saying.
No, I must think.
No, but he shows. He's in a fucking full suit, like most of the fucking time.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm an adult male, right? I don't want to be James Bond anymore. Like as a kid, maybe I did.
Well,
do you know what I mean? But it's just like, are we really meant to be these incredibly glamorous women? They're obviously going to get shagged. Who are they going to shag then? The balding likes of me? No, they're going to shag James Bond. That's fine. That's the way it is. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. That whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad it will never be a woman. Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Introduce other,
and nice. I wonder if it was decided that Barbara Broccoli would be the person to say that.
Probably. Yeah.
Well,
which is a shame.
Well,
it has to be that way.
Well, no, because
but it's nice that it's sort of it does send a message.
Yes, it does. Yeah,
it does. I was going to say to slightly counter argue that it had to be her that said it. Michael G. Wilson came out and said that they were having the conversation, and she went, "No.
Yeah,
this is, Bond's not a woman.
Yeah, she is she's the like kind of the not great caretaker of that franchise.
Yeah, shit.
Was it her father? I think, or husband? I can't remember which.
Her father.
Her father. Yeah, he was the producer of all the Bond films.
Yeah,
and now she's inherited that, and she gets it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just hope that after she's gone, someone sensible takes the reins. Yeah. Like, and I'm, fair play to Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who can err on the side of all that.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
I think she's the right choice as well.
Yeah, she said James Bond, we have to stay true to his character, but the film has to treat the women properly. Yes. The film does. He doesn't.
No.
Simple as. And by all means, create other create Mary Sues. I don't give a shit. But James Bond must remain a constant.
Yes, and that is the solution, I suppose. Like, you don't have to like make the Doctor a woman and do a Star Trek show where it's got a female lead and put this like the most powerful Jedi in existence and make her a woman. Just like create new female characters. You don't have to like overwrite the legacy of existing characters. You know,
I will
or
say
use
in the
like existing
examples-
characters as like springboards.
Okay. I was just saying the examples you used, like they are new characters.
The Doctor Who is the only one
Yeah.
where they've literally just taken a male character and turned him into a woman.
Yes.
But yeah, and like Star Wars, like Rey, everything Rey achieves is off the back of like Luke and that.
Yeah.
You know,
Treading in the footsteps.
exactly. Yeah. Create someone from scratch who's worthy of that. You know, I don't know anything about Star Trek. I don't know if it's a bad example,
Well, look,
outright or not.
Fury Road, Killing Eve, did it perfectly well.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
You know? And that's why, I think Phoebe Waller-Bridge was the right choice. So that's the Bond will never be female stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about sort of in the same ballpark? The musicians?
Okay. So, funnily enough, the announcement for who was going to be singing the upcoming song for the Bond film came as we were recording part 2 of this podcast.
Yeah.
Of the top 10.
Of the top 10.
Yeah. Oh god, is it still the same podcast? Oh no!
Just everything that's blurred into one in the
So
last
Eddie, your
month.
honourable mentions. If it just became that podcast.
My
again.
honourable mentions would be Ed Sheeran. No. No,
I
yeah,
meant
so...
film, but okay.
For anyone who hasn't heard at this point, it's being sung by Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Now, okay, she's possibly arguably one of the biggest pop stars of the time.
Yep.
I don't know that she's the right choice.
Well, she's not.
Well, no,
not.
no,
Yeah,
it's fine.
I, like my sister's really into Billie Eilish, so I've heard it through like proxy, by proxy, I should say. I don't see any crossover.
Yeah, I'm the official word is that I'm open-minded, but I really don't think it's going to be good.
It's like, either my opinion, and my opinion is the same about the film, which is I think either it's going to be, you know, like smash out the park, you know, brilliant way to end the Craig era, and we're going to make shit, or it's going to be a bigger pile of shit than Sam Smith's writing on the wall.
Yeah, it's either going to be a bullet train or a train wreck, isn't it?
Yes.
That film. Just seen here an article came out 2 days ago. It's rumored to be 3 hours long.
Oh, right, okay.
Why is everyone making 3 hours?
Just
fucking
Yeah,
film.
3 hours is the 3 hours is the new 2 hours, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, we're doing all right with the last few podcasts.
Yeah, we were worried about length. Apparently, it's not a problem.
Length isn't important.
Yeah. Are we being slightly hypocritical when it comes to Billie Eilish? We are all fans of You Know My Name, aren't we?
Yeah.
Which is not a Bond song.
No.
It's not a Bond song. So are we being slightly like... Because it's not an artist we like, so it's like, oh, well, it's obviously not a Bond song.
But this is the thing.
I'm not. No, I'm not. Go on.
No, my thing was going to be to use Ed Sheeran as an example, and it might well be a pile of shit. But Ed Sheeran himself said he has a Bond song he has written, and I imagine that is nothing like his usual stuff. I would argue that although she's fit the kind of style of James Bond, I don't think Skyfall is particularly the same thing that Adele put out.
Well, okay. So with a Bond song, there are 2 questions on there. Is it a good song? Does it fit the film it's in? Chris Cornell, You Know My Name, is a good song.
Yes.
Yeah, we would all agree with that.
Yeah.
And for the film it's in, it is suitable.
Okay.
I would say, because like we said, that was more Bourne-inflected. It wasn't quite traditional Bond.
No.
Skyfall, it's a decent song, and it's a memorable song.
Yeah.
And it really fits that film.
Yes.
Yes, I agree. It depends what they do with No Time to Die. But Billie Eilish, I really don't like her music, so I can't see me liking the song. So will it be applied, accurately?
Does she write her
don't.
own music?
Her and her brother.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's her and her brother.
Right, okay.
And he's obviously helping to write the song.
Yeah, but I was going to say, it's not like she has like a team of people doing her music, so like they would... The question is whether they would take on the book.
No, there's not going to be 27 writers on this.
No. Yeah, I didn't know whether she wrote.
Well, things I don't know whether I'm just at the age now, but it's like when I've listened to Billie Eilish. It's kind of because she's 17, 18, something like that.
So she's 18.
She's 18 now. It's one of those things. The cliche is like, "Oh, what's all this noise?" Usually referring to like people in the 60s hearing rock music.
Yeah.
When I hear Billie Eilish, it's not. I wouldn't dignify it by saying, "What's all this noise?" It's because it's not even noise. It's just like it's a gesture towards music. It's a gesture towards it.
It sounds like it doesn't sound like all the layers are playing, does it?
Yeah. And then it's all half.
It's like they've isolated a couple of tracks on the.
It's all a big. It's her
out.
face in music form. It's just that constant, like, unimpressed.
But that's the thing. It's something slightly different. That's why she's popular.
Yeah, they brought her in because she's the biggest thing at the minute. But I just hate her music.
The fact that she is as big as she is, in my opinion, is down to the fact that she didn't sound like every other generic pop singer that came out. So they went, okay.
Yeah, but it's like going to a gallery full of modern art that I wouldn't understand because I'm not cultured enough. That's what her music feels like. Oh man, it's sort of like it's like a really trendy, hipster bar. And I just feel repulsed by it.
Okay.
It just feels like nothing. It just feels like nothing.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it that? Because I think another reason she's popular as well is because she has a very clear identity, doesn't she?
Does she?
Yeah. She's this whole like she wears baggy clothing. It's like isn't it supposed to be like a statement on like the way women dress? It's like, oh, you shouldn't have to be scantily clad to be.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. To be fair to her, okay. Well, we've talked about this before, but she is not sexualized, but she is. It's just more subtle.
Okay.
Her music there's a sexuality to it. It's in there.
Yeah, it's like leaning into your whisper and like leaning into your ear and whispering and like I suppose.
Yes. And I just think she needs to just do her homework and go to bed.
That's a thought. When's the last time she was in school, do you think?
Last week.
Well, she's always too cool for school, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, no, I guess we should say we're open-minded, but we're not.
That's the official.
I'll say, I legitimately, I think I would say I am, because but I think it's the same thing of, I'm open-minded that this film might be good. So.
Oh, I'm definitely open-minded about the film being good.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's a bit of a left field choice in terms of her sound.
Well, should we talk about the spanner in the works?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, all I'll say is about Billie Eilish is I'm not confident in her, but if the song is good, then I'll be happy. It's not like if she puts out a good song, I'm not going to be like, oh, but it's Billie Eilish. Ugh.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm happy to be proven wrong. I want to be proven wrong.
Well, this thing. Yeah. I mean, I know it won an Oscar, but if Sam Smith had come out with a banger, I would have been like, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But I think Writing on the Wall is a bag of shit.
Yes, I don't think its tone fits the film, but it's just kind of a nothing.
And it turns out to be the best thing in Spectre.
Nah,
other than Hoyt van Hoytema, yeah.
Hoyt van Hoyt cinematography.
Nah, the opening scene of The Day of the Dead.
Yeah, that's pretty good
for me.
Okay, you don't need it though, do you? It is just kind of showing off.
No, but I don't.
I
don't need Sam Smith's falsetto, but
his voice. It does do that irritating thing where like. He puts power behind it, and then it just transitions into a falsetto. Yeah. It's like this is not seamless. It's just like you can't hit that note with power.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes. Okay. The spanner in the works.
Hans Zimmer has been brought in to be the composer.
Which Hans Zimmer, yay.
Yes.
We like that.
Known for his grand epic scores.
Yes.
Yep.
We got Billie Eilish's techno hipsterdom thing.
Yes.
And
Johnny Marr.
Former guitarist of the Smiths.
Yes.
An amazing guitarist, an amazing musician.
Yeah.
Together at last? Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I mean, imagine if that if that was the name of the song now. Just Together at
Last. Yeah. I think he's just playing guitar for the score, but
is it like when Rihanna, Paul McCartney, and who was the other one?
Kanye West.
Yeah, when they like did that song.
Have they done a song?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to listen to that.
Do you know what? I mean, it's just average. There are worse things out there.
Okay. Yeah.
But it is funny because it's Kanye West, Rihanna, and Paul McCartney.
Well, he's the one that's he's the standout because like Rihanna and Kanye West, like all right, I can see that, but Paul McCartney,
what
the hell's going on there? But yeah,
he literally just plays guitar in it though. He doesn't sing.
No, I know, but it's still a bit like, oh, okay. Because it's like because Hans Zimmer has collaborated with Pharrell Williams before, on the Amazing Spider-Man 2 soundtrack. So even though it's like, Billie Eilish, then again, I don't think Hans Zimmer has anything to do with the theme. I assume Billie Eilish is on her own in that respect.
Herner brother. Yes, I think so. I think he's doing the score.
Yeah. But like, there's at least some history of Hans Zimmer working with like known artists.
It makes sense.
Yes.
Like one of the biggest composers in film just ends up working with the biggest thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's obviously going to happen.
Johnny Marr is the weird one.
Right. Has he done anything in a while?
Johnny Marr.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does his own stuff. He releases his own stuff, and he's collaborated with like Noel Gallagher and a bunch of other people. But it is definitely a bizarre choice. I'm meant to go, oh, all right.
Yeah.
I kind of go, okay.
Is that to win back the people who left when they hear that Billie Eilish was doing it?
Quite possibly. Yeah. Generally, like, oh well, and anyone over 30 is not going to know who Billie Eilish is.
Yeah.
So let's bring in the Smiths guitarist. Yeah.
But this is the thing. Johnny Marr is the kind of musician I can imagine doing a Bond song.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. We'll check back with that.
So, shall we swerve back into award season? The Oscar nominations have been announced.
Yes.
Joker leading the pack with...
Yeah, of course. Okay, no, in fairness, no, not of course.
Yeah.
It was a surprise that it's done as well as it has, nomination-wise.
Yeah. Todd Phillips being up for director is the final nail in the coffin for me, as far as the Oscars go.
Right.
There's always been an ember that, like, there's this prestige there.
Yeah.
But that nomination finally makes me realise, oh, it's a crock of shit.
Yes.
The problem is, a lot of the other nominees are worthy. A lot of them are deserving.
There's like a couple of categories where I'm basically like pretty... I mean, I haven't seen Ford versus Ferrari yet, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with like the editing nominations. Joker notwithstanding.
Okay. Yeah.
But like The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, and Parasite, like those three, if I was doing... I would nominate those if I was doing the nominations. For editing, yeah.
That's one category though.
I know that's one, but I'm saying there's like a couple of instances where I was sort of surprised. Like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And like cinematography, again, Joker notwithstanding.
Yeah.
They're all pretty deserved, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does make Joker stand out all the more when you have instances like that.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay, I'm on board with all of those choices, you know?
Yes, okay. We can obviously talk about individual categories and individual nominees. I kind of mainly wanted to talk about the response to the nominations.
Yes.
So, you get it every year now, it seems. Is it trending this year? Is it Oscars so white?
I think the actual hashtag was Oscars almost so white. Because it wasn't as bad as the BAFTAs.
Because it wasn't as bad as the BAFTAs, right? Okay.
So it was like, it wasn't enough for them to be Oscars so white. So it was something slightly different.
Okay. One of you two, I need you to be devil's advocate.
Okay.
And I need you to steel man the kind of person who would circulate that hashtag.
Okay.
Explain what you mean and what you want.
By having a diverse...
Yeah, by complaining that this isn't diverse enough.
Okay. I guess the main point would be you want everyone's voice to be heard, right?
What does that mean?
Well, if you're just going to nominate like white male directors, then the more specific stories where you have like films made by black directors that talk about like maybe they focus on like black communities that maybe like, you know, as someone living...
Okay, but that's the film, right? Rather than the person who made it.
Yeah.
You want to represent a diversity of types of films.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
because your race to a degree is going to dictate the stories that you're drawn to and the stories you want to tell.
Yeah, but let's just say, I think Denzel Washington made this point. He sort of made not the opposite point, but another point. He was saying that Steven Spielberg directed Schindler's List and Martin Scorsese directed Goodfellas.
Yes.
He said, now I'm sure Scorsese could have done a good job directing Schindler's List and Spielberg could have done a good job directing Goodfellas. But it's a cultural thing. You know, it's... obviously, that's not race, that is cultural. But...
Yes. Culture is a part of it as well.
It is.
You know, we're focusing on race, but culture is part of it.
Leads into my point. What if Steven Spielberg, he has done, directed the greatest film that's ever been made about slavery? Not even slavery, about just life in South Central Los Angeles, in the black communities in South Central Los Angeles.
Yes.
What if Steve McQueen, black British director, directed Little Women?
He'd have probably got a nod over Gerwig.
He would have. But my point is, okay, what if 5 white directors make films about incredibly diverse, forget topics, cultures and races?
Yes.
Is it still unacceptable for them to be nominated?
It's maybe slightly more acceptable.
Right.
but you want to show that, those communities are being represented, right?
You're doing that by nominating the films, aren't you?
Yes. But then again, like maybe a young person of color, even though the film is like about slavery or it's about, something, whatever, would a young person of color respond better to seeing a director or like a writer or actor or whatever from their like demographic than just a white guy, like this tourist who's like exploring this topic,
Quite probably. But there's some growing up to be done there.
Okay.
Frankly.
Okay.
This idea, I'm obviously all about.
It is a surface thing, but this is such a superb, like, surface thing. This award.
But thinking stuff. That, I like it when someone who looks like me wins. And I get if you're a historically disenfranchised group of people.
Yes.
What you mean when you say that, but you just flip it. Me going, I just want a white bald guy to win.
Yeah.
It just seems what? You can't say that.
Yes.
Surely you.
But then they're going to counter with that to be, well, white bald guys always win.
I know that. And I know that they.
So
you in this instance don't believe that black people can be racist.
Okay.
For instance.
Okay.
Because it's about everything's about power with these people.
Yes.
By people, these people, I mean these people who believe.
Exactly. Yeah.
What's the point of film awards? On just a very basic level. This isn't a trick question.
Yeah. What should be the point?
To award the films that are the best of the year.
To award excellence in film.
Yeah.
So every category, ideally, should be the best 5 to 10 things of that in that category.
That's what you should be aiming for.
Yes.
Yeah. Obviously, even though this is, there are multiple people, like a bunch of people voting for these films. It's still going to be like slightly subjective, isn't it?
Of course. And like best pick, let's say every best film nominee was a World War II thing. You might go, that's boring.
Yeah.
Because the important thing is diversity of style and topic.
Yeah.
And type of film.
And content. Yeah.
And content. That's the important diversity.
Yeah.
Diversity of thought.
Yeah.
So you look at the best picture nominees. You've got Ford versus Ferrari, which is a dad's car movie.
Okay.
Basically, isn't it? The Irishman, which is a 3-hour Italian-American gangster epic.
3.5.
3.5, my bad.
Okay.
Jojo Rabbit, which is a Nazi satire.
Yeah.
Joker, which is a
crock of shit.
Rip-off psychodrama.
Yeah.
Or superhero origin story.
With comic book inflections.
Yeah.
Little Women is a period piece that's kind of a dramedy, which with an exclusively pretty much female cast.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage Story is a drama about a divorce.
Yes.
1917 is a very stylistic war movie.
Yeah.
World War I movie.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is set in 1969, and it's kind of a comedy drama involving the Manson family and Hollywood.
Yes.
Parasite is a South Korean dramedy about class.
Yeah.
You can't get more diametrically opposed types of movie.
Yes, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I will say the only way I think you could have had something different is if they nominated Harriet for Best Picture.
Why would that be different?
Just because you'd be adding in the extra diversity, as it were.
Right, okay. But that's my point. That's diversity that doesn't matter.
Okay, but is people's problems with the specific people that are nominated as opposed to the films that are
No,
nominated?
I know, but this kind of springboards into my next thing.
Okay, all right.
So Best Director, big criticism is that it's exclusively men.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This is personal opinion, obviously.
Yep.
Did you see a film that was directed by a woman in 2019 that was better directed than 5 movies directed by men?
No.
We all think Phillips shouldn't be up.
Yes. But this is the thing. My issue is when we're looking at it, we're going, well, Phillips shouldn't be up. So I know full well that most people out there would be like, well, so are you saying Gerwig should be?
Right.
No.
Yeah, I'm not saying it.
Yeah.
It's a very nicely directed film.
Yeah.
It's a well-directed film.
And I think to a lot of people as well, Phillips might be the one person that they'd say, like, oh, he should stay.
Yeah.
Because of what it apparently, represents that he's
But I would much rather Noah Baumbach was up for Marriage Story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because for me, I've got a lot of love for that film.
Yeah, he's the actual 5th nominee as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean,
in the real good film.
Yes, exactly. I mean, the first film I can think of in terms of the films I really liked this year, the first film I arrive at that was directed by a woman is Booksmart.
Yeah.
Olivia Wilde.
very well done film. I enjoyed the film.
I haven't seen that yet, but I really want to see it.
Oh, it's very good. You should definitely watch it. But
that film is its screenplay, isn't it?
That film is its screenplay, and it's not better. I mean, it's directorial debut as well, so it's not going to match up to Quentin Tarantino or Martin Scorsese. No, but it doesn't beat anything that's. It might not even beat Joker. I don't think.
No.
In terms of its directing.
Yeah, I mean they're all like showy directorial.
I understand that shouldn't be seen like that. Is just my opinion. That shouldn't be like seen as like the. This is the argument as to why it should all be.
No. This is opinion.
Yeah.
But our point is, if there was a year with in my opinion, the 5 best directed movies of the year were all directed by black women, then I think 5 black women should be up.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, and again, does it work the other way around? If it was like. They were all black nominees.
Yeah. Well, no, it wouldn't, would it? It'd be, this is a breakthrough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There would be no place for Oscars So Black. Exactly. It wouldn't happen.
I mean, okay, director's category aside, because people have complained about that for a very long time.
I want to talk about it slightly longer because Bong Joon-ho is nominated.
Yes, a South Korean man.
South Korean director.
The quick point
I was South Korean.
Yeah, the quick point I was going to make was that for the last few years, no one's had a real issue with this other than the director's category aside, because there hasn't been a female nominated or whatever. There's 3 nominations in the entire time the Oscars have been around. It's low.
Okay, it's 4 or 5, yeah.
Right, but in terms of what's been nominated in the recent years for best film, best, it has been diverse for the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
But we were sort of arrived at this point where people have gone, well, no, actually, for this year, we think it's these films. And suddenly everyone's jumped straight back on the bandwagon of going, party white.
It's just this idea that, in intervening years, the Academy has suddenly become sexist and racist.
Yeah. Surely this is the worst time for them to embrace that ideology. It's we're choosing now to be racist,
Yeah, exactly.
But right, so you've got Martin Scorsese, Todd Phillips, Sam Mendes, Quentin Tarantino, all white men.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Martin Scorsese and Tarantino are up because of their pedigree.
Yeah.
Todd Phillips is up because Joker is popular at the moment, and Sam Mendes is up because that is a film where you think of its directing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bong Joon-ho, South Korean director. I mean, I want him to win.
Absolutely.
I mean, we've talked already.
He might.
Yeah, and we've talked already about Parasite and what are our opinions on that. I don't know whether the idea is that we're not talking about Bong Joon-ho because we approve of him, so there's no need to talk about it. But there's been no championing of this South Korean director breaking through into the Oscars.
He's still a man. He's still got a penis.
Yeah, there is that.
And
that the thing that annoys me by extension, I suppose, is because Parasite's up for a bunch of other stuff as well. It's up for film and it's up for best international film, which it is going to win.
It is
because it is nominated for best film, so it is going to win international film. Does the South Koreans not count? Diversity-wise, because diversity is supposed to be this. It's supposed to be this big, inclusive. We want everyone's voice to be heard, but it does feel. And I'm saying this as someone who's kind of on the outside, because this stuff is bigger in America. Isn't it? This conversation is being had in the UK to a certain degree, but it's being spearheaded in America. That's where it's being heard the loudest. And whenever diversity is brought up, it's always the Black community, and then the Latina community, or the Latin American, the Mexican community.
Yeah.
But that's kind of it. I never hear about Asian representation needs to be better.
Well, they don't count.
How do they not count?
Within the logic of the left, frankly.
Okay.
It is, isn't it?
Progressive, should we say?
Leftists,
okay.
That's the generally agreed upon term.
Okay.
I don't know how it's happened, but their big thing about white people in education and academia.
Yeah.
Completely disproportionately, Asians do incredibly well
Of
academically.
course, yeah.
But they're just sort of not thought of as being...
Don't they spend 16 hours a day in school in China?
No, I mean Asians in America.
Oh, Asians in America. No, but that's the thing. They're brought up in that education system.
But
if we're talking about people who have moved from Asia as opposed to people who are born American,
But the point being that they're just sort of not considered in that way.
Yeah.
And I'm not entirely sure how that's happened.
And I don't know whether that's a product, because China doesn't seem to be particularly bothered by this whole progressive movement.
No.
I mean, there was if you look at
well, they don't. There basically is no racial diversity in China.
No, that is true. But they don't homosexuality is something that I don't think is getting very far over there.
No.
they had that.
That's a funny sentence.
Well, there's that, it wasn't quite China, but there's that scene in Rise of Skywalker where the two women kiss, and there was Singapore. It was cut out in the Singapore release.
Okay.
And like that's a thing in general with Disney. People are starting to notice that Disney are putting in like these gestures towards progressivism. Lando being pansexual, what's his face from Beauty and the Beast being gay, things like that.
Yeah.
And because the films are releasing,
you say Lando was pansexual.
Oh, did you not know about this?
Yeah.
No.
Lando Calrissian is pansexual.
Oh, what a crock of shit.
But it's never brought up in the film, and that's the thing. These things they're brought up in like the press releases, but they're not brought up in the film because these films have to show in China, and that doesn't fly in China.
I was going to say, just in which case I will hark back briefly to a point about cats, which is about an article in which Judi Dench came out to point out that her cat is transgender.
What? What? It doesn't even have genitalia. No. How is it transgender?
I don't know.
And it's Judi Dench as well. It's clearly like it's Judi Dench.
Yeah.
Dame Judi Dench.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, back to the Oscars.
But yeah, so and also the other thing I was going to say, the poster for The Force Awakens. You remember the poster for The Force Awakens, basically. In the Chinese poster, they shrink Finn down to like, so he's just kind of off in the corner and you barely notice him. And Black Panther, they put a mask over him, so you don't see Chadwick Boseman's face.
Okay. I don't know. This is a sort of educated guess. I think they're quite racist towards black people in China.
There's also, genuinely, I think it's Chinese. Have you seen that?
Korean.
What now?
Oh, no. I completely jumped the shark. What are you going to say?
There's that advert, and I think it's a Chinese advert, where a black guy falls into a washing machine and he comes out a white guy.
I think that is a Chinese advert.
I think it's a Chinese advert.
Yeah, I think it is. I know the advert you mean.
Yeah,
I think that is.
Yeah, so I think there's a bit of
that's a bit and and they like idolize Caucasians in China, stuff like that.
Yes.
I know as well in America, in Los Angeles maybe. I'm not sure how widespread an issue it is. There's Korean and black people. There's a definite there's a tension there.
Okay.
So do you remember the nominees for 2018 with the directors?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, I did get them up just to make this particular point because I thought that it was the right year.
Okay.
Are they basically saying that they want this every year?
Yeah.
Because you had Guillermo del Toro, Mexican.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan, English American.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jordan Peele,
black man.
Yeah. Greta Gerwig, female.
Yeah.
And then Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yes. I guess that
throw in Bong Joon-ho. Is that the right pronoun? Yeah. Throw in him, and then for the sake of it, I'll take out Paul Thomas Anderson for the sake of it. Right.
Stick him in for Oscar.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Is that what they're saying? We have to have every year at the Oscars because fundamentally, if you're going to look at who's up for this year's like director awards, you knew Scorsese was going to be up because it's a Scorsese like. This was always getting a nod.
Yeah, we went through it, didn't we? Like, from our perspective, Phillips is the only one where we were like, we don't think he belongs there.
Yeah.
But these are deserving nominations.
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
and it would compromise to make it diverse, deliberately make it diverse by nominating Gerwig. Like, maybe I haven't seen the film. Maybe it does. Like,
it's well directed.
Yeah, it's not like a crime that it would be nominated.
No, it'd be fine.
But
it would feel token.
Yeah, aren't we compromising the premise of an award show?
Yeah,
because we're not nominating.
Yeah, it's not a census.
No, yeah.
It's I think that the problem is, isn't it, that they don't think things to the end point. They just see the list and go, all white men, or all men in this case.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah.
There's no thought when you sit down. Okay, right. What do you want? Do you want like the precise demographics of the US to be represented in each category? Is that what you want? Okay. But these are international awards. Yeah. Obviously, anything can be up. So does it have to globally represent demographic? What is the bare minimum of diversity that you have to hit? And isn't that just a bit fascist and a bit Nazi social engineering-y?
I mean, even in that instance, what's the bare minimum? And then if you do the bare minimum, people just go, but you're just doing the bare minimum.
You're just doing the bare minimum. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Why don't we just reduce it to the level of the individual?
Isn't that...
what society already did?
Yeah, what we're doing.
What Western civilization already did,
Yeah.
But Enlightenment and all that. What's it? You judge people by the content of their character, or in this case, by the content of their content.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, should we talk about Uncut Gems?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Uncut Gems, more like Uncut G-ehh.
That's the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
And you saw Rise of Skywalker.
And I got abused as a child.
You did.
Oh God.
And I saw Cats.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that was probably a better one.
I mean,
The one positive is that Rise of Skywalker is not Cats.
That's true.
The one
That is
positive.
true. But let's stop talking about cats.
Okay.
yeah. We've had enough of cats.
Yeah. Uncut Gems. More like uncut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, couldn't think of a better one.
I just could, but do you know what? I had the confidence. I was like, I'm just going to go in completely blind. I'm just going to see if anything happens, and it didn't. So,
Okay.
Performance anxiety happens sometimes.
Okay. Uncut Gems then.
Yeah.
It's a film.
More like.
Okay. Safdie brothers.
Yeah. That's the funny name, isn't it? The Safdie brothers.
Yeah.
It's sort of.
Look at that! Look at that
It's
safty individual over there.
He's looking pretty safty.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh God. No, okay. It's been touted as Adam Sandler's return to form.
Does return to form implies that he had form to begin with the exception of Punch Drunk Love, because I know that's always brought up.
Yeah.
What did he have form?
I mean, I liked him in Happy Gilmore.
I think the general consensus is that Punch Drunk Love is the high watermark.
Yeah.
Funny People is brought up quite often as well as
Okay.
like a decent-ish Sandler film.
I really hate that film.
I don't like it, but it's pretty well reviewed. And then his early comedies have a fan
He's in
base.
films like Bulletproof, isn't he? Is it Bulletproof?
Yeah, that sounds about yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But things like Little Nicky and Happy Gilmore, The Wedding Singer, that has got a fan base. People like his early comedy. I don't.
I like Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, that's The Water Boy is another big one. But yeah, other than that, obviously he's Adam Sandler.
Yes.
Return to form, I don't know. One thing I've heard said about him is that he makes all these terrible films, but he was in Punch Drunk Love, so he does know the difference between a good film and a bad film.
Yeah.
Which to me is completely counterintuitive. Surely if he's in all those and Punch Drunk Love, he doesn't know the difference between a good film and a bad film.
Right.
Right?
I mean, based on his Netflix deal, the original one he had,
Yeah.
he does not know what a good film is.
But you know what I mean?
Well,
That
he's
doesn't-
got another one as well now,
yes,
isn't he?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they've
a
just
full film,
announced
isn't
it.
But that doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, he must know the difference because he did Punch Drunk Love. It's like, no, he just does anything then.
Yeah.
Like, so he
it just
doesn't know
so
the
happens that
difference.
But
Punch
isn't
Drunk
Punch-
Love was good.
Punch
Yeah,
Drunk
he
Love.
just happened to sign up to a good film.
Yeah, isn't it out of character anyway? Because he's usually like producer and starring in,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
directing and
This
writing.
is
Happy
and-
Madison.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
Happy
not,
Madison.
Punch Drunk Love is not an Adam Sandler film, but it's a Paul Thomas Anderson, which he happens to be in. He is really good in it, I will say, but I don't know. I think Paul Thomas Anderson could direct Megan Fox into like an Oscar-worthy performance.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So I don't give him too much.
No, but that's what I mean.
that.
Like, so the Safdie brothers, it was Pattinson with Good Time.
Yes.
And, that's very good.
Yes.
Yeah. It was certainly my I saw that performance. I was like, oh, okay, he's a good actor.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the case for a lot of people, or whether that's just an experience
And
I've had.
but that's the thing, as I think people have taken that and gone, what they did for Robert Pattinson,
Yeah.
they've done for Adam Sandler.
Yes.
I mean, Pattinson was sort of doing good, interesting stuff before that, but it was so low level.
This does feel like a spiritual successor to Good Time in some regards.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same kind of thing. It's like, oh, we're going to take this actor that has got a bit of a bad reputation, because I think a lot of people thought of Twilight when they thought of Robert Pattinson before Good Time, even though he's done other projects since then. And obviously Adam Sandler has his own reputation. It's like, oh, we're going to take this actor, we're going to put him in this role in which they're like this character who's having to deal with like a series of errors that's kind of his own fault, and it's going to be this sort of like very almost claustrophobic, intense thriller almost. So it feels in that respect like a very similar film, though it's not as good as Good Time, I would say.
I don't think it's anywhere near as good as Good Time.
No.
I really like Good Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I don't love it, but I really don't love Uncut Gems.
No, but I think that is my main issue with Uncut Gems, is I think it's good for a Sandler film. That's the thing.
Is it a Sandler film? Is it fair to call it a Sandler film?
No. Okay, no. But in terms of his performance,
well, it's probably the second best Adam Sandler performance, right?
Yeah, it's good relative to Adam Sandler.
yes.
Yeah.
But that's all it is.
Yeah.
I don't particularly think that highly of it otherwise. Like,
I honestly don't get what people are seeing, because that performance has been on loads of end of the decade best of lists.
Yeah.
One of the best performances of a decade.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably a mix of wanting to champion the critical underdog of, like, you know, they like a comeback story, plus the fact that novelty syndrome of, like, oh, it's the end of the decade now, wrapping up. Well, we really liked Adam Sandler in this. Fuck it, let's throw him on the best decade list. But it's not one of the best performances of the year.
No.
Let alone the decade.
no, but this is the thing. When people talk about Uncut Gems, they also talk about Dolomite Is My Name. In terms of
a comeback.
Yeah.
In terms of comeback performance. I really enjoyed watching Dolomite Is My Name. I thought it was really fun.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed watching
It's a really good film. And it's a great central performance as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't see the comparison. It sounds like I understand the comparison in terms of comeback performances.
Well,
but I genuinely think Eddie Murphy has done a good comeback performance.
Howard is his name, and conning motherfuckers is his game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think the same with Adam Sandler.
It just kind of feels like they found the right role for Adam Sandler. It's not like a Billy Bob Thornton in Sling Blade performance where it's completely transformative. It's not like, oh, this is a completely different guy.
No.
It's just like they found something that Adam Sandler is good at, that he suits.
Yeah, you're saying that Sandler's operating on a frequency and this film just matches the frequency.
Yeah.
And so, okay, I don't think I'd say that. I think Punch Drunk Love is the best you're going to get out of Sandler.
Okay.
Because what that is doing, because other critics have said this, it's not a completely original point. I think there's a creepiness to Adam Sandler.
Okay.
The way his comedy works and the way he is, and the fact he can be quite, because of the films he makes, he just seems bored and indifferent, but he keeps making this tripe. There's something quite creepy about him sometimes. And Punch Drunk Love, they really kind of, Paul Thomas Anderson really zeroes in on that. So I think that is the role that he was sort of born to play, if there was one. I think for Uncut Gems, he's matching the film's frequency. The film is this fast thing, and he's just doing what the film needs him to do, which is just be very fast-talking and erratic and kind of have an improvisational style.
Yeah.
I don't think that's like, oh, they finally found the film for him.
Yeah.
More than he met them where they needed him to.
Okay.
Do you think if he did a film with Paul Thomas Anderson again, we'd get the same kind of thing as Punch Drunk Love?
I mean, it's impossible to say, but I think that's the best you're going to get with Sandler.
No, but by that, do you mean that like Adam Sandler only had one of those performances in him?
Right.
Is that what you mean?
That's what I'm questioning, is whether if Paul Thomas Anderson got the best out of him in a performance like that,
could he do it again?
Could he do it again?
Okay. Oh, I'm sure he could. He just has to care enough. Like, I saw an interview, him and the Safdie brothers, and he says in the interview, it's him and a bunch of other actors. He says, we just wanted to make you guys proud. We wanted to make the film you wanted to make. We didn't want to let you down. So, okay, he needs to find a director whose work he cares about.
Yeah.
And, because he does, in every film he makes, he seems bored.
Oh, yeah.
He just does not care.
Yeah.
And that is my biggest concern with the fact that he's been given 4 more on Netflix, is I think it's going to be the same tripe, because I did not like a single one of them. Yeah,
with some exceptions, I think pretty much if you're an actor who can be the star of films, even terrible films, there is a script and a director out there that will draw a great performance from you.
Yeah.
I just think that's if you're comfortable enough on camera, any of us, if we were comfortable on camera, there's a director out there who would get a great performance out of us.
Yeah.
Right? He just needs to do that. That's it. It's as simple as that. I think just he need that marriage of, again, we talked about before with people criticizing Pattinson. I don't think it's his fault. It was the script. It's the film he's in.
Yes.
They're in a good film. They'll be good. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
There are some exceptions. Megan Fox, I'm not sure, even though I literally just said that Paul Thomas Anderson could direct a good film. She might be one exception. We're like, I don't know if she can do anything good on screen.
Kevin James?
He's got it in him.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know about
I do.
that.
He hasn't done anything good ever.
No.
But he does have...
That's kind of working against him a little bit,
I see the potential in Paul Blart.
You do? Oh, do you? Okay.
I read between the lines and I see, there's a yearning there.
Oh god, that's going to be the next Safdie project.
I would fucking watch a Safdie Paul Blart movie. I would absolutely watch that.
Oh, that would be quite funny. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
They'd make his like diet, whatever, his low blood sugar, like they'll become like proper,
Yeah, that would become like he would have to like the film is him trying to find sugar.
Yeah,
he has to like
get Paul Greengrass, like just the camera way up on him as he's sweating, like wrapping chocolate bars and shoving it into his fat fucking face.
Oh no.
I mean, you have a connection now, Safdie brothers, through Adam Sandler. Just get on it.
yeah, he's part of the Sandler.
No, because you say that, then what's going to happen is they're going to do a film with Sandler and Kevin James
and David Spade.
Oh. No, because then
Rob Schneider.
You're going to throw Rob Schneider in there.
Yeah. Well, at least that means.
I tell you what, if the Safdie, I don't really. I think it is a bad film, but I don't really mind the film Grown Ups, the first one.
Why?
Right? Just because no, I know it's terrible.
Okay.
But like, imagine if the Safdie brothers did that with that cast. Like they did a version of that with
them. Alright, were they? Yeah.
That would. Yeah. I'd watch that.
Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah. No, the Safdie brothers are really good. We don't like Uncut G-ehh-ms, as we've just stated, but we like Good Time, and I think
it's fine.
Yeah, I think they are good filmmakers. They certainly have their own like thing going on. They seem to really like it's all handheld. It's all right up in the actor's face. There's no establishing shots.
Yeah,
we kind of ran out of breath there.
You can.
You're like a Safdie brothers.
I was like a Safdie brothers film, just constantly fucking going. And the pacing is kind of relentless, and it is like a series of errors. So like
a tragedy of errors.
A tragedy of errors. The film, characters never recover. They do something wrong, and then in order to fix that, they cause something else to go wrong, and they never recover.
It doesn't use music or anything like that, does it?
It doesn't. But one of my complaints about the film, because obviously, like, I think the fact that the Sandler's performance didn't work for us is probably the thing that the main reason we don't like the film as a whole, because that central performance is so integral to the film. If that doesn't work, the film doesn't work.
Yeah.
But one of my main complaints is the music in Uncut G-ehh-ms. The film starts in some foreign country. Where does it start?
It'd be Africa. I'm not sure which country.
It starts somewhere in Africa.
A diamond mine.
A diamond mine in Africa.
It's Ethiopian Jewish miners.
Okay, so you start there. There's like a tragedy that happens there's like an injury that happens in the mine, but they manage to get this gem, which is kind of the central MacGuffin of the film, and the camera goes into it, and it basically becomes like a galaxy. Yeah. And then you come out of, is it his colon?
Yeah. He's getting a colonoscopy.
He's getting a colonoscopy, and the camera sort of comes out of that. And there's music accompanying this whole thing.
That sequence, that opening,
really
missold the film to me.
Okay.
Because obviously, stylistically, it's very different to everything that comes after it.
Yes.
Precedes it. But I love that opening sequence.
Yeah, it was great.
I love this. Like, I'm going to really like this film.
Yeah.
And then I didn't.
But there's a piece of music that accompanies that seems to go on for about 10 more minutes.
Right.
Like, the credits have happened, and he's meeting, like, the main supporting cast, and he's like having these not important conversations, but they're the conversations that sort of establish what that character is and what he's all about, and the people around him. And you've still got this like synth music blaring. It's like, please stop.
Yeah.
And it seems almost to contradict because the handheld style. It's obviously supposed to be very, what's the term?
Naturalistic.
I suppose there's like a more cinema-y term, but I can't remember it at the moment.
Cinema verite.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be going for that sort of thing. It's incredibly natural. And then you've got this like non-diegetic music just like over the top of everything.
So, I mean, music obviously is a factor to this film.
Yeah.
Because it has The Weeknd in it, who is the musician.
Oh, yeah. He's basically a cameo, but he plays a small part in it.
He plays a small part in it, but he plays himself.
Well, I assume it's his version of himself, because him in the film, he doesn't come across as a likable guy.
No, but that's the thing. He's playing a version of himself.
Yeah.
Like, the way they've done this film, he could have easily just been another R&B singer, and that would have been fine. It didn't need to be The Weeknd. But because it's The Weeknd, like, there's a point where it's like, well, they're at this thing. It's The Weeknd's there. And they bring up his name quite, like, a few times.
They do, yeah. I remember that standing out.
And I was like, you don't need to do this. He could have just been another R&B singer. It didn't need to be The Weeknd. I get that The Weeknd is currently fairly popular.
Does he sing an existing song, or does he sing a song that was written for the film?
No, he sing when it came to doing like the score soundtracky thing.
Yeah.
They recorded a bunch of songs,
okay,
and then didn't use them.
Oh, okay.
So the song that you see him sing in the film,
yeah,
is like a song off like his first album or first EP. It's an old song by him.
Do we know why they ended up not using the stuff?
No, it just says that they just didn't end up using it.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't really. If you're gonna get someone like him in the film, as I say, I get it. He's popular at the moment.
Yeah.
If The Weeknd's irrelevant in 3 years' time, or something
is that part of the cinema verité-ness of it, where it's like, oh, let's not. He's just The Weeknd. Everyone knows it's The Weeknd. Let's just get him to play The Weeknd.
Well, this is the thing. Do a cost-benefit analysis here.
Okay.
What's the deficit of him being The Weeknd in the film? It takes you out of it. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
The benefit is that, okay, like, yes, this is the real world.
Yeah.
I think the con overrides the pro in this case.
Okay.
Where, it's like, why they keep mentioning The Weeknd? Is this film sponsored by his album? Like,
Yeah.
Yes, any other film, it'd just be like a fictional R&B star.
Yeah.
Then again,
Kevin Garnett is one of the main.
I was going to say, he's a real person.
And he's playing himself.
Yeah. And he's playing himself, exactly.
Yeah.
Again, probably like a version of himself.
Yeah.
I don't imagine he's that much of a prick in real life.
Yeah, exactly.
I like Eric Bogosian, but I just like him.
Which one's that?
Arno.
His cousin.
The Lone Shark.
Yeah.
He's the villain in Under Siege 2.
Oh, right. Okay.
Ryback.
Idina Menzel is fairly dull.
And
that's
she's
the
in this
wife.
film.
Yeah, that's the wife.
Lakeith Stanfield's pretty good, but it's a small part.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I like him.
I didn't realise how do you say her name? Clementif. She's in the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I know the name.
The one with the things that touches you and knows your shit.
Oh,
Chinese
Mantis.
Bug. Oh.
She's in this.
Is she?
Yeah.
When that happened?
No idea.
Okay. Glad we got that sorted.
I had no idea she was in this.
Did she play the colonoscopy?
She played a character called
She was the gem. She was the rock.
She was the gem. Yeah, she's in this.
Oh, the hours of prosthetics she had to go to become this rock.
Yeah.
I mean, you've made that joke, but the thing is, her character was called Lexus, and I'm just imagining that she had to play a car.
I don't know. Oh, is she maybe? I don't know what character she would be.
I don't know, but apparently she's in it.
Is she like the receptionist at the auction? Maybe.
I'd say I don't know. It just says
it's not a major part anyway.
No,
I'm surprised they got someone in a high caliber film like that to play such a bit role.
Yeah, but that's
even if she isn't one of the main characters in that franchise.
Yeah. Did you like the Adam Sandler character?
No, but I think I disliked him in the way the film wanted me to dislike him.
Well, this is my question. Do you think the film wanted you to dislike him?
I think so.
Okay. I'm not sure, see.
Okay.
I think you're meant to kind of not love him.
Yeah,
you're sort of meant to be caught up in... You sort of want him to win because of how fucking... how much pressure...
Well, yeah, you're caught in the momentum of everything,
Yeah, I think by the end...
Yeah.
They want you to care about what happens at the end.
Yeah, see, I found him really unlikable. Like, again, maybe in the way the film wanted me to.
Yeah.
I didn't dislike the performance. I just, I wouldn't want to spend any time with this guy. He'd give me nervous hypertension.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to be around him.
I did like the fact that at the end, obviously, that happens.
He gets killed, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's been out for a while. Yeah,
okay,
he gets shot in the face.
Yeah, he gets shot in the face. So he dies. The betters come in.
Yeah.
And so obviously his other half is on the way to him.
Yeah.
With over $1 million.
Yes.
And I like the fact that you don't know how that ends. I do like the fact that it's unresolved, purely because I like the fact that her overexcitedness is mirrored by the fact that he's just dead on the floor.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Would that be a Pyrrhic victory?
For who? For whom?
For Sandler, I guess.
No.
He won, but he's dead now.
In that regard, then, in that regard, we're the winners.
Oh, okay.
He's dead.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Pyrrhic, I don't know. I know where you're coming from.
Yeah,
I think you need to know that you've won something. I guess he does know briefly, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
because he knows because he then lets them out.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a cosmic Pyrrhic victory.
Okay.
If not a personal one.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have much else to really say.
No, that's it. Really, the film it's a unit, isn't it?
I would recommend it. I didn't enjoy it personally, but I think it's a film worth seeing.
Okay.
It's on Netflix.
It's certainly a film. It's certainly not a film.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah. It's certainly not a film I would stop people from watching.
It's better than 90% of the stuff on Netflix.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I think it definitely has it clearly has an audience. It just so happens that audience is not us.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't stop anyone from seeing it.
Yeah, is that everything then?
Yep, I think so.
I believe so.
Okay, Rise of Skywalker then.
Okay. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, more like Star Wars: The Demise of...
The Decline of Wank.
Yeah. Who wants to kick off with Star Wars? I do have an anecdotal thing to start with.
Ooh, an anecdote.
Ooh. No, bum that. Just go with that.
Oh, okay. Obviously the film came out very close to Christmas.
That's not an anecdote. Go on.
You just shit on his parade.
That's the only problem with a purely audio medium is people can't see the death stares that I'm sending your way. No, it came out very close to Christmas, and my father... What was that?
I'm brushing the death stares off me.
Oh, okay. Are you just going to keep interrupting me again?
No,
is this your new thing
You sent
now?
them my way. I had to get rid of them, didn't I?
Okay, all right.
Jordan, proceed.
Yes. So the film came out very close to Christmas. My father is a big Star Wars fan, so he was like, "Oh, let's go to the cinema to see the new film." It's like, "Yeah, all right." And because it was so close to Christmas, and because I'm one of the worst people to buy presents for, because I don't even know what I want. How do I expect people around me to know? He bought me the ticket. He was basically like, "Oh, we'll count this as a Christmas present." I was like, "Oh, thank you." So what?
I love that. I love that. I like that idea as a present. I'm not gonna lie.
What cinema ticket?
Yeah, that's just. But like,
I've genuinely done that with my sister. She, her birthday's like around early February, and that's when like animated films, big animated films, tend to come out. I think Wreck-It Ralph 2 came out in February in the UK.
Okay.
Same with Lego Movie 2. So we've like bought each other cinema tickets, and that's been our present to each other the last couple of years. Yeah, so we sat down, we watched the film. Spoiler, it's terrible. And as soon as the film ended, I mean, the moment that J.J. Abrams' name came up on the screen, my dad like turned to me, enthusiasm and like anticipation, lighting up his eyes, and he was like, "So what do you think?" Of course, I couldn't tell him just how bad the film is. So I was deliberately very vague. I just kind of went, "Yeah, what did you think?" And in that moment, all of the light just kind of drained from his eyes as he knew like what I was doing, that I didn't like it. So he just kind of went, "Oh yeah, no, yes, I like it. It's good."
Right.
So I plan on showing this film no mercy because it made me upset my father.
Okay. All right.
Just putting that out there.
I respect that wholly.
Star Wars is not good on the father-son relationship front, is it?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But it didn't have to,
Ruin
go beyond the films to really push that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, because I've watched this in the last week.
Okay.
Yes,
at the point of recording.
Okay, so it's very fresh for you then.
So it is very fresh. Obviously, in the build up to it coming out, I was quite interested.
Very quickly, are we Star Wars fans?
Generally speaking, yes.
Okay.
I'm not.
Nor am I. I like the good ones. I dislike the bad ones.
Generally speaking,
I'm sure I was shown Star Wars when I was younger, but I have no childhood memories of Star Wars, which is probably why I don't have a strong connection to the franchise. I would say.
No, I would say I do. I went to like the cinema to watch the prequel series.
The only one I remember is I remember watching a bootleg DVD of Episode 3.
Okay.
That's my only childhood memory of Star Wars.
I saw Revenge of the Sith in cinema and had it on PlayStation 2.
I saw Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones in the cinema. All I remember from that is after Attack of the Clones, it was on so long that when I left the cinema, the sun burned my eyes to the point where I tried to go home with another family. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But, so, broadly speaking, I'm a fan.
Okay.
And in the build-up, I was quite excited. But then, as trailers were coming out, I was becoming less excited.
Okay.
And obviously there was rumours about the film and how they were going to do it and what they were going to do, none of which was filling me with confidence. I wasn't particularly a fan of The Last Jedi at all. So it came to it actually coming out, and I kind of made a more conscious decision I wasn't going to go and see it.
Right.
Okay.
But then obviously I listened to people who had seen it, who liked it, who disliked it. And there was still a sort of mutual thing of people were coming away. One thing I heard a lot was people coming away saying, "Well, I was satisfied."
Right.
Okay.
That was the terminology I kept hearing people say.
Who said this? Name and shame.
No.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep, relationships paired. And not destroy the one.
Is it worth it though? If they like the Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah. In this instance,
yeah. Wow. They must be like pretty strong relationships then.
So we know it's his family then.
Shut up, Sam. One of them was my sister.
Oh, okay.
All right.
and I'm not breaking that bond.
Okay. If you insist.
But no, wording, I heard it from multiple people was the word satisfied. I in no way felt satisfied at all by watching this.
Okay.
Because, I watched an illegal copy.
Okay.
So the quality was a little bit diminished.
I thought you were saying, I watched an illegal copy, sue me. They will.
That's exactly what they go to do.
Sue me, I ain't got fucking money, they can do what they want.
No one knows this exists.
That's not true, we've got 5 listeners now, thank you.
Do we have 5? It's 5, is it?
That's the first time hearing of it.
Keep 3 listeners from us. Alright, yeah, go on.
You're just delivering them like bootleg Betamax tapes of the Funfiltered podcast so it doesn't show up on YouTube, is it?
A Betamax tape of a podcast, that's just... I can't wrap my head around that.
Is it just the tape then?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like
Betamax is like a VHS type thing.
No, I'm illegally downloading the YouTube audio and passing to it on an old CD.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
You naughty's kid, you. You naughty's kid, you.
Imagine if I was handing it on cassette.
You naughty
cassette, that's what I was thinking
kid,
of.
You.
That's what I was trying
cassette.
to think of.
Yeah. Just say Betamax.
But yeah, I was in no way satisfied by this film.
Yeah.
Because, A, they try and shove too much shit into it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's particularly well written.
No.
I think there's a lot of fan service.
Uh-huh.
And some of it I just genuinely didn't understand. Like, there are points, and I don't give a shit about sharing spoilers.
Oh yeah, the world, its dog knows.
Yeah.
The world does have a dog.
I'll say
it's called Rex.
God. What reference am I not getting?
That wasn't a reference, that was just absurdity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Rex, he likes pancakes and... Carry on, Eddie.
Fucking
no, you were being kooky.
That's that was my
default.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would have been absurd if he wears?
Well, I did the absurd bit.
Yeah.
I said the world.
No,
and
you
its
can
dog.
you can add to the absurdity. Okay,
you can, but like I.
So if Rex wore a fedora, for example, would I still be absurd?
No.
Would I be absurd?
No.
Okay.
That's silly.
Right. Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Because it's not like an absurd concept. You just put a hat on a dog.
What if Rex is a concept? Is that absurd?
No, Rex is a dog.
Okay, so
it's a dog set.
I'm gonna shit on this film. Yeah, like it felt like they tried to force a relationship between. Really, I'm giving Sam the middle finger for making that connection. I can't. I want to say that line again, but I can't.
It's fine.
They're trying to force a relationship between Poe and someone.
Yeah.
For the sake of just giving him someone he's trying to fuck at the end.
Right. Zori Bliss, I think is her name, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
You know, no need at all.
Yeah.
Do you believe that it was so that it would decanonize any possibility of Poe and Finn being a gay couple?
Well, they already gave Finn someone to kiss in the last film, although they basically made her do her homework the entirety of this film.
Well, because she's the Last Jedi, isn't it?
Is Poe and Finn a thing?
Yeah,
it's an online ship.
Yeah. Okay, is that a thing that if you're not tuned into that, you just would have no... I would not have had any inference. I thought they were meant to be like Luke and Han, like matey sort of...
Oh, okay.
No, that's what they're supposed to be.
That is what they're doing.
What I got. But, I'm not saying they're doing it well,
but
that's what I got, what they were trying to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what Finn is a facsimile of, but Poe is the new Han Solo, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lando.
Oh, yeah, of course. But Lando's in this film, so, you know.
Yeah, but he's like the Uncle Lando, isn't he?
Uncle Lando.
Yeah.
He's fat Uncle Lando. Again. Sorry, but again, that shoving people in a film for the sake of shoving them in a film.
Yeah. Well, this thing, I don't think it was... I don't know how strong this internet and presumably Tumblr thing is.
God, sorry. Yeah, it's going to be all over Tumblr.
Shipping Poe and Finn. It's a merchandising opportunity, isn't it?
I'm assuming they have some sway, given that you said that you don't like The Last Jedi, Eddie. Clearly, The Rise of Skywalker doesn't like The Last Jedi either.
No.
Rose, major supporting character introduced in that film, she's got like a minute of screen time, if that.
Yeah, okay, so...
they go back on a bunch of stuff. We alluded to it briefly in during our discussion of Spider-Verse, didn't we?
Okay.
That it sort of goes back on the resolution of The Last Jedi.
Honestly can't remember how much we talked about it, so I apologise if I repeat any of my points.
Okay.
I'm sure we will unpack the various problems with this film.
Yes.
I just want to say, like, I feel like kind of arguing over what plot elements didn't make sense is like doing the film a service it doesn't deserve. It's just not even worth us doing that in a way, even though I'm happy to do it. My biggest problem with the film is that the fact that it not just has no respect for The Last Jedi, but that it ridicules it.
Yes.
Now, I do not like The Last Jedi. I didn't like it when I saw it. I don't like it in retrospect, but I admire it in retrospect a lot more than I did.
Okay.
Because yes, The Rise of Skywalker is pure fan service.
Yeah.
The Last Jedi, obviously, while still being created in the studio system by someone under immense pressure, was what happens when a writer tries to write a Star Wars film, as opposed to a Star Wars fan trying to write a Star Wars film.
Yes. You can... The execution is certainly questionable in The Last Jedi.
It is.
But if you take the individual... The ideas, there are good versions of those ideas that can be done.
And there are some in The Last Jedi that are actually quite decently done,
okay.
I think.
Would you like to name one, just so that we're not being...
Okay, so one of the ideas in The Last Jedi is that obviously Rey is of no significant lineage.
Yeah.
Yes.
She is kind of a nobody, which as a writer is an attractive thing of like, ooh, let's mix it up. It's not all about these intergalactic dynasties.
See, it's interesting you bring that specific one up because obviously Disney have tried to claim that this is part of the very first trailer for The Rise of Skywalker was clips from all of the Star Wars films leading up until this point. So they're really trying to push it as this is the end. Yeah, the end of this 9-part story that was definitely planned for realsies.
Mm-hmm. Before I wanted to finish that thing, because there's the Rey stuff.
Yeah.
But the most distinctive selling of that idea is the very end of the film, which is a child picking up, is it the broom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And pretending that it's a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Thus, okay, the message of this film is, like Spider-Verse, anyone can be a Jedi.
Yes.
It's in all of you.
Yes.
Which is a really good idea. Because, George Lucas said, as admitted, that part of the biggest reason he created Star Wars was so that they could be toys and kids could make up their own stories.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so there's something really appealing on a financial level about any kid could be a Jedi.
Yeah.
Like you extrapolate that out for the young audience. And the Rise of Skywalker just tramples all over that idea completely.
Yes. Yeah.
But going back to the idea that this is a 9-part story, I know it's kind of a meme at this point, but I think it's one of the DVD interviews or something for The Last Jedi where Carrie Fisher says Star Wars is about family. You know, it's about family. That's what it's really about. And I know that's become like a memed soundbite. It's fair to say that Star Wars that is kind of the through line of it all, is that it's about families. Like families are certainly an important facet of Star Wars.
Okay.
Do you disagree?
I do
Because
disagree.
if you disagree, I can't finish my point.
Oh, I do disagree.
Okay. Well, there we go then.
I don't think Star Wars is about anything. I think it's about big things that destroy planets.
Okay.
It's about good guys and bad guys.
Yeah.
And cool ships and weapons.
Okay.
It's not about anything.
No, I mean
a little bit of incest.
A little bit
of incest.
Okay, yeah, the families in all of
apart from,
Skywalkers.
it's the true, like, a true story of binaries. Like, it's good versus evil. The good the good are very good. The bad are very bad. But families are a very big part of it, obviously. Luke, I am your father is like one of the most quoted things.
A big part of it, yes, a big part of it in the sense of there are families in it.
Yes.
Like quite a fair bit.
And these family lineages, particularly after The Rise of Skywalker, family lineage is it's important in the Star Wars universe.
But it's not, though, because it doesn't say...
It's certainly important to the characters and the stories
family, that... It doesn't say anything about family.
Okay.
The fact that it's Han Solo's son, the Kylo Ren is Han Solo's son and Leia's, it's just like, oh, twist, he's their son.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, how, a parent's message can become corrupted and the child can take something. It doesn't do anything with the idea of family relationships. It just has families in it a lot.
Does Return of the Jedi not do that? Where, like, Luke finds out that Darth Vader is his father in Episode 5, and then Episode 6, Luke sort of like accepts the dark side a little bit throughout the film. Like he sort of begins to follow in the footsteps of his father. But he rejects it at the end, but then Darth Vader also rejects it at the end. Yes. So he kind of follows his son's example.
I don't know if that means anything outside of what it actually is, if you know what I mean.
Right.
I don't know what I can take from that.
Okay.
It just is that plot.
I guess device. If you were going to be generous, it would be about sort of breaking out of the cycle of your forefathers, sort of creating your own path, creating your own legacy, I guess.
I wouldn't say so, only because Luke, sets off on this heroic legacy before he knows where he comes from.
Yeah.
Then he finds out and then is instantly defeated.
Yes.
And it's not like it's a legacy of evil, like only his father turned evil.
Okay.
In terms of, like, literal familial lineage.
Yeah, okay.
The whole, like, obviously, people love Star Wars. I'm not saying it's completely vapid. My point is, just broadly speaking, I just think they're kind of, they're shallow entertainment. There's nothing wrong with that. It's fine. They're for everyone to watch. That's okay. I just don't really think they're important.
No,
you know?
They're important to individuals, but they're not important on a, what would you say, like on a thematic or on a
meaningful level.
A meaningful level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fun fantasy. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, like, so when The Force Awakens came out, I liked The Force Awakens.
As did I.
Yeah. And the thing with The Force Awakens was, yes, it was like A New Hope.
Yeah.
But it set up the possibility to do anything they wanted to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you get to The Last Jedi. Now, I didn't like The Last Jedi, but in, like, as you talk about, like, in retrospect, the ending, I did like.
Yeah, I like
that.
The ending, yeah.
I actually quite like the fact that they killed off Snoke partway through, because the whole thing with Rian Johnson, as much as I didn't like the film, he was trying to do something different. As you say, he was doing it from a writer's perspective.
Yeah, it's another writerly instinct. Like, wouldn't it be interesting if the clear big bad of this trilogy is just kind of a nothing that dies in the second film?
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, it's trying to be iconoclastic.
Yeah. He got rid of the Knights of Ren, and he made Rey's parents nobodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
One other quick thing, because I feel there might be more, but the only other thing I can think of is that a lightsaber doesn't really have any inherent value, right? It's like in The Last Jedi, when she gives Luke his lightsaber, he just kind of tosses it away, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and then in The Rise of Skywalker, they actually give him the line where he says, you need to treat this with more respect.
Yes.
Which is like, fuck you, Rian Johnson. It's like, you know what, mate? I like J.J. Abrams. I do like you. And I really like Star Trek. But Rian Johnson made Knives Out. What have you done? Carry on.
That's fair enough.
No, I can't. I like J.J. Abrams. I love Lost. I love all the stuff he's done, really.
Would you say that, I mean, he was there at the beginning of Lost, but would you say that J.J. Abrams and Lost are like, you know...
Yeah, no, it's fair to say he was there for the pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. Go on.
But yes, so fast forward then to The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Palpatine is back. Doesn't make any sense in just like any level. He's a granddad.
It does make sense on a cha-ching level.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a grandpa, yeah.
Yeah, he's a granddad. Okay.
Yeah. Well, when would he have theoretically mated?
Somewhere between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens.
Is it between those two
films?
films?
How old is Rey supposed to be? Because they never bring up her age.
I'm 25 or something?
Is it early 20s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Early mid-20s.
It's been 30 years since
yeah, okay,
Return
so
of the Jedi.
it's post-mortem coitus. Yeah, okay.
Well, no, because her parents would have to have been at least in their like.
Oh yeah, hang on, doesn't make any sense.
Mid-20s when they gave birth to her.
Yes,
but my argument is this.
So would he have mated as Chancellor Palpatine?
Yeah, which is like, all right, fair enough.
Okay,
I guess. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't, but
no. You know. But this is the thing. So given how old like they're supposed to be or whatever, right? The parents, obviously she's the one with like all the parents. Her parents, even realistically in the last one, are stacked up to be nobodies. Yeah. If you're the kid of Palpatine, surely you got something going for you. Like, surely. It's not just, oh yeah, well then we had a kid that can do the fucking electric out the fingers.
I smell a Disney Plus spin-off series.
Oh, I swear to God.
That's not outside the realm of
Have you seen that interview with John Boyega where he's like, you're not going to Disney Plus me? Someone said, would you come back to play Finn? Yeah. He's like, you're not going to Disney Plus
When's
me.
The Mandalorian set?
I think it's like a year or two after Return of the Jedi. That's very soon after Return of the Jedi, that is.
Yeah.
All right. I'll stake a $5 on in either season 2 or 3 Rey's parents show up.
Oh God, that's so possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we go into the thing, I want to carry on shitting on this film.
Yeah, do it.
Right. So there's the whole Palpatine thing.
Have some shit, here you go.
There's the whole Palpatine thing.
Yeah.
And as I say, I don't care about spoilers.
I don't think we need to have a discussion about how stupid it is that Palpatine just shows up in the last
not
film.
at all. Other than to say that, okay, fine, you're bringing him back. Let's just accept that for this.
Yeah.
And I get that they wanted to drop him into the trailer so more people would go and see it.
Yes.
But still, if you're going to bring back that character, don't do it in the text crawl.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Oh, by the way, Palpatine's alive. He's been hiding here.
Can I just say that I would have been more interested in the twist if it had turned, if we like hadn't found out during in the trailers or anything. If it just turned out, it was like, okay, shit, Palpatine, like that would have been. I would have been like, okay,
yeah, it would have momentarily beaten you into thinking that something interesting was happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if all the big reveal was, oh, he's been masterminding this the whole time, like, oh my god, they were planning this from,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that it's like, clearly, how do we salvage what they see as the failure of The Last Jedi?
But then, it's just like, it brings back the Knights of Ren.
Yeah, to no end. Really.
To no end.
Which is disappointing. When I found out that they were like, what's their deal? They're like they're
Ninja
not
Jedi?
Yeah, but they're not really Jedi, they're not really Sith. They do those practices, but they don't really align. Yeah, they don't really align with anything.
Yeah.
That's a decent idea.
Lib Dems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing some Lib Dems in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I mean,
Nick Clegg.
Yeah.
He's probably got a cameo somewhere. Come on now.
That dates me. Who's head of Lib Dems now?
I have no idea. I think it's a woman. I'm not sure.
No one at the moment because the head resigned.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But yeah, so they're brought in for like no reason.
No reason.
What's it's Dominic Gleeson, isn't it?
Donald.
Dermot Gleeson.
Yeah.
Donut
Gleeson.
Gleeson.
Yeah.
They bring him in, and it's almost an interesting subplot that he's finally turned to becoming a spy.
No, it isn't.
No. But what I mean is, it's almost a thing.
Yeah, it's almost a thing. Yeah, exactly.
But they don't
even need to finish this discussion. That line alone perfectly summarizes the Rise of Skywalker.
It's
almost a thing.
That's the thing. They don't do enough with it.
Yeah, I agree that it's an interesting idea.
Yeah. They bring in Richard E. Grant, who is essentially, from The Office, his replacement.
I mean, he just oozes evil, doesn't he?
He does, but this is just proof to me that it's obviously about merchandising, because they set up these characters in The Force Awakens to be facsimiles of those that had come before them.
Yeah.
And now when those characters are still there, they're continuing to introduce more characters that do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because you can sell more toys. It's as simple as that.
And also, Hux was basically a Nazi in
the best
thing
about The Force Awakens.
Absolutely, it's the best thing about it. Right, Last Jedi brought him down a few pegs.
Yeah.
And by the time you get to Rise of Skywalker, I mean, what's left to do with that character?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the problem. But
having turn is the only kind of thing you could do. Really.
I suppose, but I don't know. I prefer the idea of, and this is assuming that they were planning it, which they obviously weren't. But I do prefer the idea of he sort of ends up becoming the big bad. Like he sort of overtakes Kylo Ren as like the leader of the First Order.
See, that's what I would have liked to see. What I would have liked to have seen is him versus Richard E. Grant, him kill Richard E. Grant, rather than it be the other way around.
Okay.
Because having him turn was like the obvious.
Yeah.
As I say, it could have almost been a good thing if they'd done more with it. But it was like, oh, I don't care if you win. I care if Kylo loses.
Yeah, it is, and that is an interesting idea as well. Is you have Ben Solo and you have Rey Skywalker, Rey Palpatine.
Yeah,
she's just as bad as Palpatine.
Rey Palpatine sounds like a Sussex lawyer.
Palpatine. Yeah.
Representing you today.
Yeah. But no, that's like an interesting idea as well, isn't it? The notion that you used to have Ben Solo, who's the new Darth Vader, you have Rey Palpatine, who's the new Luke Skywalker, and they sort of like, as the films go on, they kind of meet each other in the middle, morally speaking.
In the mirror.
In the mirror. What is a mirror? The mirror is the thing.
Sam's lexicon.
They meet each other in the middle, morally speaking, and then they go their opposite ways. So you end the trilogy with Ben as the hero and Rey as the villain. Which Rise of Skywalker gestures to the notion that maybe that was once the idea.
It's almost a thing.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, that feels too kind of, too writery in a way. It's
yeah, like I don't know if Rey is the new Luke Skywalker, you have your female protagonist who's spearheading Star Wars, like the pop culture juggernaut that is Star Wars. I don't know if it's like anti-feminist if she ends up becoming the villain of the franchise.
I don't know.
It would depend on how they did it.
As far as that stuff goes, right?
Because like people complaining when I haven't watched Game of Thrones, but like when Daenerys became the villain of the show, people were really kicking off about that, right?
It's just because it was badly.
It was badly done, but I think people didn't. Am I right in saying people didn't like the idea that she turned evil?
There was a certain subsect of the audience that thought it was kind of the show giving into its more misogynist inclinations.
Oh, right.
Whereas, it was going there.
The idea was essentially they were building up to a badass on a dragon.
Yeah, had they had 20 episodes instead of 6, then,
yeah.
That could have been done organically and naturally.
Yeah, and I think then it would have made sense.
Yes. As far as the villain problem goes for this new Star Wars thing, I think what would have been interesting is that in The Last Jedi, Kylo teams with Rey, he comes to the light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't kill Snoke.
Okay.
In the next film, you contextualize him further. Who is he?
Yeah.
He remains the main villain, but then you've got Kylo Ren working with him to bring him down. And Hux can still be there as the villain, who obviously hates Kylo Ren as it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could have a thing with Hux having to turn on Snoke. There's a lot you could do there. But I do get why Rian Johnson killed Snoke.
Yeah.
It was a decent idea. In the grand scheme of things, maybe not.
I will say, given that obviously they brought Palpatine back from the dead, do you know there was genuinely a part of me that wondered if we were going to see Snoke in this film? And he
we do.
Might as well.
We see two of them in a jar.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like he was back.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Like that, because given obviously this has been about bringing
it's a weird idea, isn't it, that he clones? Because Snoke isn't just like a drone or like a soldier or a pawn. Like he was the leader of the most important figure in the First Order.
Yeah.
It's just the idea that there's like a bunch of them that have been grown in jars. Like, well, why isn't there like a council of Snokes or something running the whole galaxy at this point?
I would say there is one thing I would like to say.
The universe.
So when Rey is talking to Luke's Force Ghost, she obviously talks to him about being a Palpatine, and they talk about the fact that him and Leia both knew.
Yeah, they're both dead now. Leia and Luke. They're technically Force-kin, aren't they? They're Force-kin.
That is horrific. Okay. Right. No, right. But that's the thing, right? So they point that out.
Mm-hmm.
When Leia and Han are having a conversation, and I think it's The Force Awakens.
Right.
But I'm pretty certain Force Awakens, of course, Han dies.
Yeah.
When they're talking about things, they're talking about how everything led to Snoke. If... right.
That's a funny sentence.
If by that logic... Leia was already supposed to know that Rey was a Palpatine and knew that Palpatine was around. That character is smart enough to know that Snoke would have been a byproduct of Palpatine. So them blaming everything on Snoke just doesn't make sense. Because fundamentally, if you're going to put Palpatine in that universe, Kylo Ren is going to be attracted to the idea of Palpatine.
Well, he is, isn't he? They kind of try to write it off by Palpatine saying like, "Oh, I've guided you from the beginning. I've been every voice inside your head."
Yeah. In the my point being, when they decided they've come back in and brought in Palpatine, the way J.J. Abrams initially does it in The Force Awakens, it's all on Snoke and Palpatine isn't in the picture, and then he brings him in the third thing, and it's like the way they bring him in, it's like, oh, that conversation is. Yeah, but we knew you were a Palpatine, we just didn't say.
I think if there was anyone doubting that this franchise wasn't planned, I think the fact that, the jabs they give towards The Last Jedi is proof enough that this franchise just wasn't planned. Nobody knew what they were going to do with The Last Jedi. Nobody knew what they were going to do with the last one.
I don't want to offend any potential listeners, but for a fact there's enough cattle populating theatres that a lot of people believe that this was planned.
Oh, yeah.
You just know that that's the case.
Yeah. Well, so one of the other things that I want to shit on is Rey and Kylo kissing.
Yeah, very quickly before we get to that.
Yeah.
Because I think one of the overarching things to talk about here is that, okay, while it's easier for a film franchise in a sense, like with television shows, right? People always ask the Lost writers, did you know the ending from the start? It's like, this is a years-long project for us. We've got to roll with the punches. Actors will want to leave, X, Y, Z. With a film, it's a bit different because obviously there's less time overall. But I'm trying to look at it equally as a creative machine and as a financial machine. And the studio has to go, right, we can't just completely map out every film that we're going to do because we're going to need to adapt. Whatever doesn't work from The Force Awakens, we'll have to make it work in The Last Jedi. If that fails, we're going to have to change it and make it work in. So I don't kind of begrudge them not having a proper plan. However, they just could have done it better.
Yeah.
But I don't think
you could at least have a treatment,
Well, they did, didn't they? They did have a broad treatment.
Okay.
J.J. Abrams and someone wrote a treatment and they just got thrown out.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't George Lucas have a treatment of sorts as well?
Yeah, that got rejected.
Yeah.
That got rejected before they even started making it.
Yeah.
As it should, because he's not a good writer.
Okay.
No, he is not.
He's a terrible writer, actually, and a worse director.
He made Star Wars. How dare you? He made the first black action movie ever.
What?
Is that what it is? Red Tails? Wasn't that marketed?
Is that the first black...
Wasn't Red Tails marketed as like the first black action movie?
Was that like 2010 or something?
Yeah, it wasn't.
Oh, right,
but that's how it was marketed. I think.
Okay.
Something like that.
We had Dolomite before that.
We did.
Yeah,
but you know.
Yeah. Blaxploitation.
Exactly.
Yeah, so like I don't think we can be too harsh about why wasn't there a plan, because sometimes the plan fails.
Yes.
And you've got to adapt it. But yes, there are better ways of not having a plan. But yeah, so we'll move on to the Rey and Kylo kissing.
Yeah. One of the reasons why I was tying it in with what you said about people who believe that stuff was all planned. There will be people now who will be looking back going, yeah, they were sowing the seeds through this and this and that.
Yeah.
I think that's a crock of shit. I think they brought in the script, much like the Screen Rant joke is.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't seen it, Screen Rant's a YouTube channel, and they do like...
Are you on about pitch meeting?
The pitch meeting.
Yeah, okay.
So they do in the pitch meeting, the guy literally goes, have them kiss.
Yeah,
and
they should do a kissy kiss.
Yeah. I genuinely think that is part of what happened. I think they went, that'll be a thing that people are like, oh my god, they kissed, and then they'll look for it.
Is that another Tumblr thing?
That's what I was going to say. It is.
Yeah.
So that's another thing of like, you know, the fact that people didn't like The Last Jedi. Oh, well, we'll completely reject the idea of The Last Jedi. People ship Rey and Kylo. Oh, let's do that then.
Yeah, but this is the thing. You look at what the like relationships and stuff they've built and formed. In the Last Jedi, you have Finn being tied with whatever her name is, the girl that kisses him at the end.
Rose.
Yeah. You're setting up that, which then completely gets sidelined and is basically nothing in this film.
Yeah.
You have Poe being given someone that he could be flirting with, and that completely. Then the idea is it cuts off anything between Finn and Poe.
Yeah.
You know, you have them hug at one point. Clearly, it's a bromance that's a friendly bromance.
Yeah.
You then have Finn clearly wanting to tell Rey that he loves her. He never gets to. They do nothing with that point.
Do you believe that? Because there's two theories to that, isn't there?
Yeah, I've heard other theories.
Yeah. One of them is he was saying he wanted to tell Rey that he was in love with her. The other one was him wanting to say that he's force sensitive. And the film, because I watched...
Is he though?
No, but that's the thing. I watched the film for the first time with the knowledge that was supposedly the twist. I mean, J.J. Abrams has said that was what he wanted to say, not the twist.
That he was force sensitive.
That he was force sensitive.
If the idea being set up is that he is force sensitive,
yeah,
give more of the fucking plot to it. Because
Finn
does not do enough in this film.
I was watching those moments thinking like, oh, if I didn't know that this was supposed to be what is happening, I'd completely missed the fact that he was force sensitive.
It committed the cardinal sin, right? If I'm watching a film that's, you know, I suppose this risks being egomaniacal, but who's talking here?
Yeah, fair enough.
If I'm watching a film that's like really intellectual and kind of like intellectually dense, I never ever feel, even if I don't understand it, I don't feel stupid because I'm like, well, at least I'm watching the film, right? If I'm made to feel stupid by something, I know that it is the problem in terms of a film, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Because when that kiss happened, I thought, am I stupid for not knowing this was clearly what they were going for the whole time?
Right.
And then thinking, no, I wasn't stupid. This clearly wasn't what they were going for the whole time.
Yeah.
And they just shoehorned it in.
Yeah, but it's like... So someone made a point online, right? Which is that in this film, for like the first time, they established that you can heal people to a degree with the Force. He saves her life.
Yeah.
They kiss. He dies. She has enough fucking strength to heal him back. Yeah. So why the fuck doesn't she do it?
So the chance he disappears into the Force.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the end of Sightseers.
Yeah, okay. A little bit,
I won't go into that. Just watch Sightseers.
Yeah, exactly.
I like Sightseers.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's a crock of shit.
Yeah. I mean, yes, it is. It is a crock of shit.
I feel like I've ranted about this film enough, but essentially I'm going to sum it up by saying I think it's a crock of shit. I think anyone that paid money to watch this film probably should be reimbursed because it's a crock of shit. Watch it illegally.
But then I'll have one less Christmas present.
I don't agree with...
Yeah, sorry to Jordan's dad, the film is a crock of shit.
I don't agree with reimbursement. I mean, we watched it illegally. Just do that if you really... I mean, it's. I expected more of J.J. Abrams.
I expected a lot more of J.J. Abrams,
but I didn't expect anything great.
This film looks worse than The Force Awakens.
It does, yeah.
You can go back to like clips of The Force Awakens, and the lens flare was toned down for that film anyway. But it's got a bit more of that sort of. It seems to be better lit, and the camera seems to be far more kinetic. There's like I think it's after Poe and/or Rey escapes like the chamber where he's keeping them prisoner, and Kylo Ren goes in, and the camera's just whipping around the room as he's like starting to throw a tantrum.
Yeah,
and it's like really kinetic, and it engages you. And then in Rise of Skywalker, it feels like the camera's just kind of in here. It's in this room.
That's one of the other things. They got rid of his helmet. Whichever one it was, and then they had to repair it.
Had
to have the fucking helmet.
Have you seen any of the Colin Trevorrow leaked script?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, because I think in that wasn't the idea that he had a new helmet forged out of Mandalorian armor,
something like that.
Yeah, which whatever. But it's better than he's just got his old helmet back and he's like sewn it back together.
The best thing about that script is there's no Palpatine.
No Palpatine.
As far as the visuals go, as well. The discrepancy. Force Awakens, it's right in the first chapter of a book. You can sort of go anywhere with it.
Yeah.
Even though, they basically did a rehash of A New Hope.
I think it's an all right film in isolation. Once you put it in the context of this is the 7th installment of a 9-part story, The Force Awakens kind of falls apart.
But again, looking at it as an economic reality, I just think that I don't think the studio would have let them do anything more radical they did in Force Awakens.
After the prequels, they need to play it very safe.
You gotta just do A New Hope, guys, with a few differences, but and that's fine. And as a film in its own right, it's pretty good. And it looks better. It looks like it's models a lot of the time rather than effects.
I'm not sure if they just kind of gave up on the models, but everything feels a lot faker.
It's pared down. It's not like there was that parody ages ago, like what if Michael Bay was directing this shot or whatever.
Oh yeah,
and it's thousands of things on. But it felt like a really, as opposed to Star Trek, which was very lens flare-y.
Yeah,
still great, but lens flare-y, dynamic. This felt a lot more like traditional classic sci-fi.
Yeah.
Whereas by the time it gets to Rise of Skywalker, it's just a masturbation of like the visual effects team were just like beating them out as they were just pressing random buttons on the machine.
It is a masturbation of fan service. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's completely onanistic.
Yeah.
Matt Smith, I know this is a slight tangent, but Matt Smith was supposed to be the main villain, and he's not in the film at all.
Well, like, when was he meant to be the main villain?
Well, I think he was one of the first cast announcements.
For when it was Trevorrow? Or...
Well, just for Episode 9 in general, because Trevorrow... Okay. When did Trevorrow leave the project?
A little while ago.
Before Last Jedi, I think.
It was before Last Jedi, was it?
I think so.
Okay,
yeah.
So maybe it was
around when Last Jedi.
Okay, maybe it was announced after. It was definitely announced after Last Jedi that Matt Smith was in it.
Yeah, he's clearly cast for an earlier script, wasn't he?
Yes, exactly.
There's no one he could have played that he didn't.
No. Again, further proof that they had no plan. The fact that they announced this guy will be a major villain in the film, and now he's just not in the film at all.
I'm not being funny. I know that Kerry Russell, who played Zori Bliss, Poe's love interest, disinterest, is like, she's worked with J.J. Abrams before, and I get it. That's why she's in the film.
Yeah.
But like she was in The Americans, which was one of the greatest drama shows on television.
Yeah.
She's won like critics awards for it. And it's like, at least if you're gonna cast actors like that, you got to use them.
Yeah, I like Red Letter Media's idea that
Red Letter Media.
Oh, and Screen Rant as well. You mentioned Screen Rant earlier. That it was just like an agreement between her and J.J. Abrams. Like, right, how much money can we get you for you doing as little work as possible? You basically turn up for half a day. We never see you. Do a bit of voiceover work. $20 million or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, I'd like to think it wasn't that mercenary.
No, but who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, Zori Bliss she's part of Star Wars forever now. And all Kerry Russell had to do was just show up for a bit, I guess.
Yeah.
She's in 2 scenes?
If that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could hark you hark that back to the same thing with Cats, though. Taylor Swift's in it for 2 scenes. She doesn't show up for one, and she's still got 7 figures for that.
Yeah, exactly.
A crock of shit.
Yeah.
Speaking, are we done with Star Wars?
All I wanted to say was don't be disheartened, Matt Smith, because this is the second time he's been shafted by Hollywood. Yeah. He was in Terminator Genesis, and he was supposed to be the main villain of what was supposed to be a trilogy, and then, of course, Genesis came out, it flopped horribly, and that was all canned. and now he was supposed to be the major villain in a Star Wars film, and that was canned.
Well, he got to play the villain in this epic family drama about evil families.
How so?
He played Prince Philip in The Crown.
Oh, okay.
I don't stand by
I don't care about that.
That was like as if it was a smart joke, though I don't even believe in it.
I was like,
all right, see you next time then, dickheads. Bye.
Oh, bye.
Meow.